Okay, here we are again. I may have solved, partially, the posture issue that I was having last time through creative use of some bed pillows. In any case, hopefully I haven't messed up the audio very much. In doing so, I've only had to move it up slightly, but it might be getting hit by the box as well, like the audio foam that I have on the side of the box. We'll see. In any case, let me copy this up to here, and then we'll get started in a few minutes. Excuse me. There we go. Hey Conker, it's going good. How's it going for you there? We are just about to get back on the train and see if this really turned into a Persona game today. Spoiler alert, it's very, very likely. Not shocking, I suppose, though, because by this point in development, I think Persona 3 came out the same year as this game, so, I mean, the games weren't popular back then. They had a small cult following, but I'm sure potentially other Japanese developers played the first couple of Persona games, and they were like, yeah, this is cool. Specifically 2, because I think that's where all the Shadow Selves stuff started to really take off, but I don't know that for sure, so. Because, you know, I ain't played Persona 2. I've just heard things, so. Let me take a drink and then we'll get started. Go. You're doing all right, Conker? That's good. Good to hear. Hopefully everything stays that way for you. All right, let's get going, shall we? And hello, Lifeblood. How's it going? Welcome back. You are just in time. We are getting started right now. Okay, so now, 4.5 chapters into the game, let's finally go hit this block up for the first time ever and get a tutorial that tells me what it does, because, well, I've not hit this block. We've seen them, but we haven't actually hit them until just now, and the reason why is because, well, we're a little hurting in terms of HP and FP, so I figure I'll pay the 10 coins for that. You would think that this would be something you'd see out of a speedrun, but, well, if this is a speedrun, it's the slowest speedrun ever. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Paper Mario, the 1000-Year Door, the Stream Edition. Hello there, Boo Horde. Last time, we had a bit of a problem that we faced because we finished up side quests in between chapters 3 and 4, and then we started chapter 4, and we thought we got the Crystal Star, but then our partners left, and now we're left with this Shadow, who looks distinctly like Mario without, you know, the whole Mario bit going around here. The actual body has gone somewhere, but the soul potentially remains because, well, we have all of Mario's stuff. We have all of his BP. We just don't have his party members with us. We also have all of his items, and we also have all of his badges. So I guess if it wasn't immediately clear yet, this is Mario, and the Duplis thing, duplication person, that guy, that we faced last time, sort of took our body change. Captain Ginyu'd us. So that's fantastic. So we're going to do something about that. Now, the thing about being partnerless is that you actually open up some room to equip some halfway decent badges because, well, you don't need all the partner ones and you don't need quick change, so now we can actually equip some crazy stuff that is solely good for Mario. So let's go do that. Happy Heart sounds good. Let's do a damage dodge. That seems like a good idea. Got 3 points left. I can equip Ice Smash, so I'm going to do that. I can equip Power Smash, so I'm going to do that. And I think I'm going to equip Shrink Stomp. I didn't specifically keep any of these badges for any particular purpose, but I figure since we've still got them and I haven't sold them, might as well use them, you know what I mean, while we're partnerless and we don't have access to like Mini Egg or any of that good stuff. I do eventually want to equip Ice Smash anyway because this is going to be my other hammer technique that I'm going to keep besides Quake Hammer for the entire game. So yeah, we're gonna hold on to that one, but I'm just gonna have to figure out how to maneuver it with everything else in a little bit. Anyway, so let's go explore Creepy Steeple all by ourselves. What's the worst that could possibly happen? No, seriously, we'll be fine. Enemies in here aren't that tough. We'll be okay. So these enemies, these swoopers, it's Sir Swoop's family. I hope not, because I'm about to viciously murder them. Well, maybe not murder, but, you know, knock them out anyway. There ain't a whole lot to them. I think they have about 6 HP, if I recall correctly. They can suck your HP out, but they're not quite like fuzzies in that you can super guard them before they attach themselves to your forehead, so that's kind of nice. Like I said, not much to them. And you can super guard them fairly easily, at least from my experience, because they fly pretty slowly, so. So before too long, we should get a level out of this. We also have Flower Finder equipped, so that should mean if we use any special techniques. We also have Flower Saver equipped, for that matter. So if we use any special techniques, we should be able to get our FP back fairly easily. We also have Happy Flower, so yeah, we'll be good on our techniques. So with these guys, I'm not really too worried though. There ain't a whole lot to them. So I just wish I could actually hear the audio cues over the deafening television that's upstairs, so that I can actually, you know, do the super guards properly. In that particular case, Pretty Lucky helped me out, but, you know, kind of hard sometimes. By the way, when they attach themselves to the ceiling like that, you can Quake Hammer to knock them off, so it hits the top and the bottom of the screen, just nothing in the middle, that's all. But so far, so good. I mean, we haven't faced any super difficult challenges just yet, but when we get back to the forest, that might change a little bit, depending on whether or not we find a rare enemy in the forest. Apparently the audience still knows this is Mario as well, because, well, they're cheering for him like it's Mario, so yeah, like I said, the boss that we fought last time definitely stole everything about us except for, well, our actual person inside, so let's see, I think I want FP at this level. I think it's about time I start leveling that up again. Oh, I didn't open my notes. Let me look. I'm 99% sure, but I'm going to look anyway, because this is level 12, I want to say. Let's see. Yeah, level 12 flower points. Let's take them. Because I could use a little more than 10 FP at this point. I think that's worth my while, you know. Ooh. The blessing. I almost said the curse, but that wouldn't quite be right, because this curse is a good curse. I mean, most of the curses in this game so far have been good curses, but we get more coins out of this fight now that we got all that. I just wish I could see them. There. I think I got most of them. But yeah, I figured I'd just explore around Creepy Steeple because we didn't get a chance to last time, so. And it gives us a little bit of a challenge, too, because now we've got only, well, Mario, and not even all of Mario at that, so I might as well try this out because, you know, why not, right? Do I want to go here first, or do I want to go back to the main entrance? How's my gear here doing? Another reason, by the way, why I didn't care about coming in here by myself is because we have 2 life insurance policies in our inventory at the moment, so it's like, with 2 life shrooms, this place is, I don't even care. Worst comes to worst, I get knocked out and I get life shroomed back up. I'd like to avoid having that happen for a little bit here, but, yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's no big deal. There's a Boo with a fire flower over there. I think I want to put you to sleep if I can. There we go. That'll work. You're going to use a Boo sheet on yourself. That's fine. I'm okay with this. And that'll only last this turn, so I might get my HP sucked out of me, but, you know, it's okay. I think boos have 7 HP, if I remember correctly, so... I'm also not sure if you can super guard when they're invisible like that, so I figured I'd just regular guard just to be safe. I would have to look that one up, so... I don't even need to do stylish at this point, but that's okay, I'll do it anyway. Aw, 1 off, I think. Yeah, I missed the timing on that one. Oh, not again! Well, we can test now, I suppose, to see if you can actually super guard while they're like that. Or I could use a boost sheet of my own. I'd like to save them, though, because they're kind of useful for very difficult fights, and this isn't a particularly difficult fight, so... but when they're invisible like this, you can't really do much of anything to them, so... Well, I missed the timing on that completely, so I guess we won't test it. It's fine. I could have spin jumped him too and gotten rid of him, but, well, the Quake Hammer already went out, so would have been a waste. It's fine. I got it. Oh, we got a boost sheet. I'm actually going to toss that. I was going to say I'm going to use a Shroom Fry here to get my HP back up. And then we can go get a different item. But now that we have a third boost sheet, I'll probably just, you know, use it in the next battle we get into, because there's some stuff that I want to go get. Matter of fact, the thing I want to get is out here through this little crack in the wall. We can get through it with paper mode, but, well, there's an item out there that I want, and I can't grab it until I have actual inventory space to put it with, so... Let's get some inventory space, shall we? Oh good, they're both attached to the ceiling. Let's just get them down, and then I'll use that boost sheet. Because once you get them off the ceiling, they don't reattach, as far as I'm aware, so... Wow. Especially if you get rid of the background where they were attaching to previously. Well, now I'm messing up the timing every time. That's funny. It's okay, we'll just keep practicing. And pretty lucky saved me that time from having to bother. It's okay, though. And I have plenty of Sweet Treat because we kept all of our star power and all of our star abilities, despite the fact that we don't have our body, so that's good. By the way, the reason why I'm doing this all just as regular Mario, well, there's 2 reasons. One, last time, like I said, I was running a little short on time and I wanted to get to a specific part, which was this part, before ending the stream. And the second reason is because basically every guide that I've seen for this particular section says you gotta run away from every single fight in this part until you get another partner, because you stand absolutely no chance against anybody. And I'm like, I don't know about that, so we're testing. We're testing to see if that's actually true. Spoiler alert, it's not. Here's a golden leaf. This replenishes 10 FP, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna eat my last Shroom Fry, I think. We'll use our boost sheets so I can keep the golden leaf. It's good for a recipe later, so let's just do one of these. There we go. You know, that boss was a common enemy in the first Paper Mario. I wouldn't be shocked, to be honest. It felt like a pretty much a normal enemy when we were fighting it, or at the very worst, like a higher HP version of a normal enemy, so. But yeah, that's where the... That's where, I know their name and I'm trying not to spoil it. That's where their species originally came from, was in the original Paper Mario. The Duplighost is the name of the species, at least in English. So, that's where their species came from, and this is a unique variant that lives here in Creepy Steeple. What is their actual name? We'll figure that out later. But you know, I'll be honest with you. I'm feeling a little frustrated having lost my body. And these boos, well, you saw at the end of the last episode, if they all attach to you, they'll pull you out of the steeple. Since I'm frustrated at that fact, I'm just gonna take out my frustration on these guys. It's not like they can feel it, you know? So, or maybe they can, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I did. I got a little frustrated at losing my body. Sorry about that. Can you find it in your non-existent hearts to forgive me? I'm gonna guess that's a no. That is definitely a no. Okay. Oh, here we go. So let's take on the Atomic Boo. It has the same stats as the boss. 40 HP, 4 attack, 0 defense. Vulnerable to sleep, so we're gonna put it to sleep. Potentially. There you go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to power lift, and then I'm going to beat him up. By myself. It's fine. I got this. Like I said, we're doing this for the challenge. I have 3 boost sheets, so like, what do I have to worry about, you know? Just gotta get these arrows, that's all. Get as many of them as you can. Specifically, the attack up ones are the ones you want. I mentioned that last time, but yeah, look for those red arrows, because they get you some good stuff. Look, +2, +2, not bad. Would have liked +3 or even +4 on my attack, but that's okay. In the Mirror Palace, some ice place. Okay, gotcha. Didn't know about that. Didn't remember that. See yourself at some point you're playing the original game on an emulator. Oh, nice. Good conquer. Sounds like fun. Hopefully it is. Yeah, boss fight. A sleeping Boo. Now you've seen everything. Seriously. Well, won't be sleeping for very long because I'm about to spin jump on their face. Go. Get some 10 points of damage. That's not bad. Okay, so wait for them to stop moving, and then press A. Because when they stop moving, that's when they're going to spook you. And we don't want to be spooked, so... let's see. Get my spin jumps off, and then I'll Sleepy Stomp again. That did 10. The original Sleepy Stomp did 4, so we did 14. We're going to do 10 again, so this will do 24. And we got 16 HP to go. Not too bad. Like I said before, it's not really... You could do this fight with your partners, but again, I figure since we're, you know, trying a little bit of a challenge, I might as well try it out here. No big deal. Ooh, and the Blessing will help us with that because it'll give us more damage. I think this gives you +3 attack. Not 100% sure about that, but if it does, we'll probably kill him in this one shot, so... Yeah, that was actually +3, so... I believe that's a counter stance. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I believe that's what that is. I'm gonna use a boost sheet. Because I'm spooked, and now I am a spook. Because I'm invisible. Yeah, okay, so it's not a counter stance, it's charging up for the next attack, which probably would have done like 1 damage per boo that just went after me. So, it's okay though, we don't gotta worry about it now. Alright, so we did 10, 10, 10, and 4. So 34, so you will take 6, and you will probably die from this, so... And then we can go home! With 20 extra star points in our pocket. Very nice. So yeah, that boss fight, not too much to it. It really is just a mini boss fight, to be honest. And the main reason you want to do it is to get the Lucky Start badge. This gives you a random effect at the beginning of battle. It's either HP regen, FP regen, Zap, so you're electrified so that enemies that touch you actually get damaged. Dodgy, the Repel Cape effect, or I think Invisible, which is the boost sheet effect, from the last thing that we just used in battle there. So I think that's the effects anyway. I'm not a big fan of it though. It costs 4 BP to equip. It can be good in some situations, but I'd rather have those things guaranteed, and specifically the one out of those that I care about is the FP regen, so I'm not a real big... Like, Happy Heart is nice, but it's not really necessary because of Sweet Treat. Dodgy you can apply with a partner later on, and I really don't care for it that much anyway. Invisible's pretty nice, but boost sheets are not exactly uncommon. Excuse me, and... Electrified, you can actually equip a badge later on if you want to use it, or just use a Volt Shroom, so... Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of it. It can be good, though. You can make it work pretty well, but... I'm not gonna, personally. So that's pretty much everything in Creepy Steeple that we didn't see last time. Once you walk outside, well, first we're gonna get a cutscene, but then if you walk back in, there's just boos here in the main hallway now that'll attack you on sight, because you tried to beat them up, so of course they're gonna try to take their revenge. Yeah, 1 damage per boost, so no damage, thanks to defense up. Yes, exactly. Pretty much. Watching me play Thousand Year Door recently made you want to play the original again. Yeah, it's funny how that stuff rubs off on you, you know what I mean? It just, all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I feel like going back and doing that. It seems like a good idea. It's usually how it is for me. If I start watching somebody play something on YouTube, all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I feel like kind of going back and playing that myself, especially if I wanted to play it for the stream, so... I know that blood-curdling laugh. Oh, good, the Shadow Sirens are here. Well, there in Twilight Town, but here. Looks like the townsfolk are okay now, though. I don't see any pigs, so that's good. You have a super bomb. That's I wonder what the Bombs would say about you calling it a bomb. Is that like a confection for them? Can they eat it and be like, oh, this is a sweet treat, and then it like explodes in their stomach or something? Oh, don't even start with this shit again. Oh my god. How does this keep happening? And I gotta imagine, with it happening this frequently, it's happened to you all your goddamn life, and you're just a bunch of shitheads. Like, I'm specifically referring to Beldam here. Marilyn's just kind of there. Doesn't say anything, but that's because Marilyn doesn't say much of anything at all, and then Vivian just never stands up for herself, period, so... Yes, say yes, you lost it, you conniving son of a bitch, and then pick her up by the scruff of her non-existent neck and slap her in the face. Come on, Vivian, you gotta stand up for yourself. It's not okay for them to keep doing this to you. Well, hopefully it didn't get very far. It's a super bomb. I don't think anybody's gonna want to meet that in a dark alley or a light alley. Oh boy. As always, I will give Thousand Year Door credit where credit's due with the characters before they enter your party. They definitely make it so that the development of the characters is... In Vivian's particular case, it's good, because I genuinely do feel bad for her, considering, or for them, I don't really know. I think in the Japanese version the pronoun them would be correct, but I think in the US version they explicitly refer to her as female. I forget. Point is, I feel bad for them. Which is a good thing, because it means that they're doing a good job of characterizing them, so... I don't need to... I really just need star points, so I'll get those back as we go here. As we go through the forest again, see if we can find any of those rare enemies that I was talking about last time, those rare daisies. I'll show this, though, if you go over here and you go back in. Once you beat the Atomic Boo in battle, there's just boos hanging around in here, and they'll slowly, almost like the swoopers, except even slower, so yeah, they'll just slowly try to swoop down at you. No big deal. Pretty easy to first strike. Alright, let's see what we can do about getting a first strike on this guy. Oh, there's the rare enemy I was talking about. That was fast. Alright, so this might be a little tricky because of the clefts being here. It's a rare daisy, and basically what you want to do with it is you want to try to put it to sleep, because it has 20 HP and 20 attack power, which is a ton, and it will definitely one-shot me at this point if it attacks, so it's a good thing I just saved. But then I'm going to have to take care of these clefts while it's sleeping, which might be a little tricky, but I can build up star power while I'm at it, so that's good at least. Let's see. Okay, we missed the sleep, which is not good, but we'll figure things out. I can super guard these guys still, so that's good. Okay, and it ran away. That's fine, actually. When it runs away like that, they almost always run away. It doesn't even matter if they're, like, damaged that much at all. They usually do run away. But when you defeat them in battle, which usually I can manage to do by putting them to sleep, powering myself up, waiting out the sleep turn, putting them to sleep again, and then smacking their face in with a spin jump or a hammer or something to that effect. But if you can get rid of all 20 of their HP, they have a defensive 1, by the way. But if you can get rid of all 20 of their HP, they reward like 50 star points at this level. It's pretty damn ridiculous. It's well worth the effort of trying, even if there's a possibility of them one-shotting you, so... Yeah, I'd say fight them, because there ain't much you can lose out of it, so... These guys, when they're on their backs, though, can just be... They're completely harmless. They can't use their charge attacks, nothing, so that's good. So I wouldn't want them to do their charge attacks to me at this point. Yeah, quite possible one-shot, that's for sure. We don't want that, that's why I try to put them to sleep. It's about a 50% chance, so you basically have a 1 in 2 chance of them either going to sleep or pretty much running away from you. You almost never see them actually attack. But when you do see them attack, I hope you saved recently. Because that's not going to end well for you. Even with damage dodge, that's still like 18 damage we'd be taking. I'm got, 18 HP right now, so... Could have possibly used Earth Tremor after the Sleeper before take out the Clefts, then Sleep is necessary. That's true, yeah. We could use Earth Tremor to take out the Clefts. To be honest, I was planning on just using all 5 of the Sleep turns to take care of them with Super Guards and normal hammers, so I wouldn't disturb. It's an Amazy Daisy, that's what it's called, that version of the Daisy. So I wouldn't disturb it while it was sleeping. Then I could power lift once I got some star points, and then I could, kick its ass. That was the plan, anyway. It didn't exactly work out, but that's okay. It doesn't have to. They're, like I said, they're kind of rare, so if you see them, that's cool. If you don't, it's really no big deal. I'll use a boost sheet. I don't think I do with these guys, because they don't really have a whole lot going on, to be honest. So Quake Hammer would make that one run away, so I don't want to do that. I'll just normal hammer this one. Get the rest of my star points up, or star power up. Take care of the Cleft as we go. What you got? Okay. So I got a Quake Hammer next turn, that's fine. Yeah, I missed the timing on that. I was a little too early, but that's okay. Do one of these. Get rid of that guy. I don't need to do that, that's fine. There we go. But yeah, if you regular guard that, I don't think you can be put to sleep by it after that point, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna spin jump this thing. Oh, I didn't even need to because of the blessing. That's nice. This is why you want to pick the special blessing, by the way, because it procs decently often. I don't know the exact stats, but it seems to be pretty solid amount, so. That did 12. That's a lot. Alright, so he's still hypercharged, but that won't be a big deal because we'll just do this and get rid of him, so. I mean, I could have probably just super guarded him while he was hypercharging, but, It's all good. We got him. Clockout does work on it, yes. I believe it's less accurate than Sleep, though. I think it's only a 10% chance to get Clockout to work on it, so you could do it. It just might not work as well as sleeping, so. If I remember correctly, now I haven't looked at the Mario Wiki in a while, but I remember looking explicitly in case we ran into any of them on this particular section where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be dumb and just, totally use star power and everything else to try to get through these guys without dying. And it's probably not the smartest idea, but if it works, it works, so. But I distinctly remember Sleep working better than anything else on them. So I'd have to look exactly at the odds, but I do remember it working better. Clockout, though, is useful on this section because of encounters like this, where you have hypercharged Goombas and daisies and everything else to deal with, so. Let's play hot potato with these guys, shall we? See how many of them we can immobilize. All of them, good. Very good, very good. Let's see here. I got 2 turns of whatever to deal with them. So 4, 6, so I won't be able to kill the Daisy in one shot. That's okay. Just get some extra damage off while we're here. I'd like to deal with the Goomba in the background, but I don't think that's going to happen very easily at the moment. Matter of fact, I might use this boost sheet next turn just to get rid of them a little bit easier. Let's get rid of this Goomba while we're at it, though. And then we can see if the boost sheet lets me avoid the probably not physically oriented music notes that the Daisy uses. But I'm okay if we use all of our boost sheets before we get out of this area. It's not a big deal, so. Yeah, that does avoid it. Okay, cool. And if they miss with their charge attack, they just charge, they lose their charge anyway. So that's good. Works pretty well. As if I wasn't invisible enough, now the mist is making me even more invisible, so that's good. I'm just gonna normal jump, because there's a distinct possibility that that's gonna happen, so. Just practice the timing anyway. Because I can. Well, there goes that. That's alright, though. How about we Sleepy Stomp the Daisy? There we go. I just like to regular guard those guys just to be safe, I suppose. I guess I didn't even need the Sleepy Stomp because I was just going to have this happen anyway. Sounds like sleep is better. And it depends, Conquer. Like I said, I don't know the exact odds, but I do remember sleep being the most effective status against them. But, I mean, I could be wrong. You never know. Ooh, well, that would have been nice if I was statused. Alright, so you're charged, so I want to basically incapacitate you. Let's try out our new Ice Smash, shall we? See how this works. Very nice. Very nice. It'll do the same damage as a normal hammer, but it'll freeze the enemy solid, which effectively works kind of like Immobilize. It's less turns that it happens, but when they break out of it on the next turn, I can even show you actually what happens when they break out of it. Let's just appeal. And when the status ends, it breaks the ice, and that deals 1 damage to them. So it's a little more powerful than Immobilize, because Immobilize just, you know, it's 2 turns where they can't move, whereas this deals damage to them at the end as well. I would think Immobilize would be a little more useful, though, because you can use it with Clock Out on multiple enemies. But Ice Smash is nice if you want to specifically incapacitate one enemy and not use the star power to do it. Like, let's say you're, I don't know, in the middle, you don't have the star power because you just did a boss fight or something where you had to use Power Lift. So that's when I like to use this, so. This guy's a jackass, though, because he likes running after you right after you get out of that little paper mode section. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get a first strike on him as a result. So, I don't know what I did there, but I definitely messed up the timing on that last jump. It's okay, though. Alright. Here with the Daisy. See what you guys do. Damage dodge is nice here because of the fact that you can completely lower the damage that they're doing to you if you use it. Why don't we Clock Out again? Use everything we've got to get through this place. Hey, audience, have a bomb. Throw it at them! There you go. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oops. Yeah, don't press the Y button. That's not going to work for anybody involved. Okay, good. We've immobilized them, and now I can do this. Get my stylish points up by getting star power back. Or rather, the opposite. Use stylish moves to get star power back. So there you go. While they're immobilized. And look at that, we're already, you know, almost halfway up on one of the charges, so that's good. Yeah, I believe that's called viewer participation. That sounds about right, Conquer. We did say the audience here was interactive, so they're getting their money's worth for those tickets. We're doing alright. We're more than halfway to the next level already, thanks to that atomic boost, so that's good. If we ran into an Amazy Daisy and managed to defeat it here, that would be just icing on the cake, but I don't think we're gonna, because I think this is the last screen where we can, yeah, that's the last screen where we can meet up with them for now. And the next time we meet up with them, well, we'll have a little help. Don't know how much of a spoiler that is, but we'll have a little help. We won't be by ourselves anymore, so it's just this next screen of enemies, and that's it. Then we're good to go. There's a star piece over there, by the way. I didn't see it when we came through here the first time, but now I did. So might as well grab it. Never hurts to help Dazzle out a little bit, right? Well, that guy's got a boost sheet. It's a good thing he's right in front, so I can take it from him, basically. Once the battle's over, if he drops it, that'll be another boost sheet to add to my collection. Perfect. Alright, so you're charging. I'm full on star power again. That's good. And dodge that bullet, so that's good. I could Clock Out, but I could also just Sleepy Stomp the guy. Well, I guess I've got the SP. I might as well, right? By the way, it doesn't matter who you throw the bomb at, like, even if it remains on not the enemy side of the field, as long as it explodes on their side of the field, it doesn't matter who you got the bomb. Like, the bomb gets larger and larger and larger, and then it explodes. It doesn't matter who's holding the bomb until that last bit when it explodes. Even if it gets larger on top of Mario, or it gets larger on top of the audience, as long as they throw it at the enemies before it explodes, it's fine. It just... make things more interesting, right? Yes, as General Grievous said, a fine addition to my collection. I don't remember Grievous's exact voice, but I hope that was semi-like it. Thank you for the increase in power blessing. That is worthwhile. I just wish I could use it right here so the Daisy wouldn't live the entire turn. It's okay, though. I don't anticipate using Shrink Stomp, like, at all, though, to be honest. We've got enough HP to where these guys don't do enough damage that I'm concerned we'll need it. So, yeah. We'll see. Maybe I'll find an excuse to use it, but maybe not. Definitely getting a lot of flower points back, though, so that's good. I think there's just one more Goomba after this, and then that's it. We've basically made it. This one also has a boost sheet that may or may not want to give to me, so that's good. Let's find out. Our audience is also full, by the way. You can tell by the sound effect there, so that's good. Yeah, the sound effect changes when your audience is full like that. It changes to the next stage up, basically. Very nice. What about you? You also want to go to sleep, apparently. So that's fine. I can afford to do that for you. I have the FP for it. Sleepy Stomp is so good. Don't let nobody tell you different. Sleepy Stomp is really good. Sleep is great in this game, even though they nerfed it from the original Paper Mario. So, it's just so nice to be able to incapacitate an enemy when they're doing something shifty, like using charges and stuff like that. You just remembered both Merlin and Merlevely. Oh, okay, Merlevely. Yeah, one of the female wizards are in the original Paper Mario. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've kind of figured that a few of them were making repeat appearances. I wasn't sure who exactly was, though. Like I said before, this is the only Paper Mario game I've personally played. I enjoy it quite a bit, though, so there's a distinct possibility that one day we'll go back and play the 64 version, or we'll go forward and play the other ones. Although I haven't heard as good of things about the ones after Thousand Year Door. I've mostly heard, well, I've heard decent things about Super Paper Mario, but the ones after Super Paper Mario, I've heard some different things, like kind of polarizing stuff. Like some people will say it's great, some people will say it's bad. So, I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Sorry, muscle memory on those stylishes. I just do them anyway. Oh, thank you, pretty lucky. I think I was early on that one. Yeah, I just do those stylishes anyway, even though I don't need to. Just for the hell of it, I guess. You've heard Super Paper Mario is pretty good? Okay, well, I'll think about that one. I don't know, does Dolphin let you play Wii games? I would imagine it does, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't personally own Super Paper Mario, but well, we'll see what happens. I might even take this Nintendo Wii with me when I leave the house and move out eventually, but I don't know. I might and I might not because, well, after we beat this in Skies of Arcadia, I won't really have any planned projects on the Wii or the GameCube anymore, so... Oh good, we doubled our EXP count, and that gets us to nice star points. Again, thank you, Merly. You know me so well. Let's grab all our stuff and go along. But yeah, I don't think there's any enemies on this screen, so we made it without having to run from every battle and lose 50 coins in the process. I think I know that voice, too. Holy crap, he created a hole in the props. Great. Yeah, that's the name, don't wear it out, but you might just, considering you're in my body. Well, you could float before. I would think that floating would be a lot better than jumping, but maybe it's different because he's been able to do that since he was born. Well, that's because I saved the town from you. Too bad they can't see the forest through the trees there. In your opinion, Super Paper Mario's garbage, but Sticker Star is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, see, that's what I've heard, though, is that, like, after Thousand Year Door, like, most people pretty much can agree that the first two Paper Marios were really good, if not great. But after this one, opinions start to shift a little bit. It kind of depends, because Super Paper Mario has those platforming elements to it, and some people like that and some people don't. And then Sticker Star and Origami King, and then the one that was like the crossover with Mario and Luigi, people have... They're kind of either like it's really good or it's really bad, so... At least that's what I've heard on the internet anyway, the consensus that I've gotten from what little I've heard about them, so. Well, it's, you know, it's not easy being me, though. The popularity does get to you eventually. I don't know if you understand my struggles being the most popular person in the Mushroom Kingdom. Which, by the way, they're going to be looking for you. You have royal responsibilities now. Do you want me to list them off? I have the list right here. Just pull out a giant list. It just flies off of down my body, hits the ground, goes past him, all the way through Twilight Town. So, you've never played either yourself, so you can't say one way or the other. You just played the original. Okay. I mean, that's fair. It's, you know what you've played, so. And from what you've played, I mean, what you've played, I would say you would think that the original's pretty good, and I know this one's pretty good from what I've played of it, so. By the way, the name belonging to him thing is actually kind of a bad thing for us, because that means we actually can't leave Twilight Town because of the way that the pipe worked. I think I can demonstrate that when we get back in, but you need to have your name somewhere on your body, and since we don't have it on our body currently, because he has our body, I'm pretty sure we can't leave until the chapter's over, so that's great. Yeah, and, yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a problem, but I can still use all my good stuff, star power and badges and that stuff. I'd like to see you try. How so? Oh, good. What do you think I'm gonna guess? Rumpelstiltskin? Come on, man. No, but you have to try to guess his real name. Now, we know from the original Paper Mario that he's some kind of duplighost, which probably means that the letters D, U, and P are somewhere in the beginning of the name. So let's see if we can guess something out of that. Oh. Well, that's going to be a problem. We can get the D and the U part down, but... where's my lowercase p? That's a bit of a problem. Where the hell... How do you even do that? This guy's crafty, I'll tell you what. And you can't use a capital P either, even if you know their name, which you could at this point if you've played the game before. You could know their actual name, but you can't use a capital P because that's not how it's listed in the game's code. So, yeah, it doesn't work, unfortunately. Wouldn't the list be in his pocket and you just tell him what pocket to pull the list out from? Yeah, that's true, yeah, because he's got my body, so he'd have the list, yeah. List continues until the list goes around the world and rolls on top of the Shadow's hat, and it ends there. Yeah, exactly. Just all the way around. Yeah, obviously it's case sensitive, exactly, so. It's also not DUP either. I believe it's DOOP, if I recall correctly. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But since I can't enter that name, let's just enter something. What the hell, right? Is that you, Jenny? We know it's not, but, you know. Oh, that's not very nice. Come on, man. I thought it was a good name. That's why I name all the female characters I play that. Well, at least the ones that are supposed to be self-inserts, anyway. No running, huh? Alright, well, let's see what you've got, then. How did all these punies get here, anyway? I guess now they've got a little free time now that the Great Tree is a little less, you know, dying and dead. Well, I said I wasn't going to really find too many cases to use Shrink Stomp, but this might be a good case to use it. Looks like he's still got the same stats as before, although he didn't take any damage from that, so... Oh, okay. Yeah, in case it wasn't immediately clear, no matter what you do in this battle, neither you nor him can damage each other, so... Like, you don't even have to guard, he just plain old can't damage you, and you can't damage him. So when he said no running, he was lying. Just run. Because there's nothing else you can do. Bye! Well, maybe you should turn off God mode if you want to fight me. You gotta open the console and type in /TGM off with a space in between. Well, anyway. Twilight Town looks a lot better. Well, good. I would think there's still monsters down there, but yeah, I guess fair enough. Of course you would, because I'm purple. And bad guys, as we know in video games, are usually associated with dark shades of color, including the color purple. No offense, ma'am, it's a stereotype. I'm not talking about you specifically, so. Some people have said that, yeah. I mean, I'm literally just a shadow of Mario at this point. Let's hope that that's not copyrighted either, Bowser Jr. Something's going on in there. Well, I don't know if there's a crow curse out there, but... I suppose not. Anyway, let's see what's going on in the item shop. Oh, holy shit, they sell Thunder Rages here? That's incredible. 20 coins for like 6 damage to all enemies with a chance to stun? That's nuts. That's better than this. Oh my... Yeah, so you may have seen the pig go L''oink, because this guy has a French-ish, I believe it's called franglais accent. At least that's how Chrono Cross refers to it. It wasn't her husband. The pig that was in here was not her husband. Her husband was the one that was at the end of the Twilight Trail over there by the downed tree. And this guy was here instead. Yeah, I guess that's a little awkward. I really am just a shadow of my former self. I gotta do something about that. Really? I can't say I see it, but I guess you do you. Oh my god. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, since we're here, let's sell that jam and jelly because I'm never going to need it in this game ever. I will keep the Ultra Shroom, though, because we're going to need that for later for some recipe making that I'm going to want to do. But let's sell this because they'll buy it for 50 coins. That's pretty good. We'll have enough money by the time we're done with this chapter to actually invest in that one Ratatouille guy on the pier. The one that wanted to go do oil mining in dry desert, so... And let's store some of our life insurance, shall we? Because we don't need 2 of them, so let's just store them for safekeeping. And we'll go from there. There's that. Let's sort these out. Yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. We've got a Super Shroom, so... And actually, I want to store that Ultra Shroom as well, so we can use it for some stuff later. For some cooking later. How many of those do I have at this point, anyway? I guess I can look. But I don't feel like going through the dialogue again, so... That's true, you could cook the jam and jelly, and now a normal jam and jelly restores 50 FP, but if you cook it, it restores 64 FP, which is an incredibly large amount of FP that we will never, ever have. And the items that I'm going to be cooking will basically restore all the FP that we're going to have for a while anyway, so yeah, not a big fan, just because it's overkill, basically. And there's no kill like overkill, don't get me wrong, I also need to store the golden leaf. But... yeah, I'm just not a big fan of it. I'd rather have the coins so I can buy more Ultra Shrooms because that gives me an item that not only restores some of my FP, it also restores a decent chunk of my HP as well, so... Also, apologies again for the background. My father is upstairs watching a movie, and if there's any loud sounds you can hear in the background, it's because the dynamic sound balance on movies is... If you haven't heard dynamic audio before, basically what it means is that it's the difference between the lowest low sound and the highest high sound. And if something has dynamic sound, the highest high sounds are actually louder than... like, they almost have gain attached to them, essentially, to make it so that they stand out more, whereas the quietest sounds have almost like a loss attached to them just to make sure that they're quieter than usual, rather than them all being kind of in a normalized window of audio, so... Little green men, Princess Peach. I don't even know what you get for saying. I don't know. I guess if it's possible that aliens could be able to cure a plague of pig curses, though. So let's say little green men. Yeah, well, if this was a different game, you could even call me a radical dreamer, but that's not the right game for that. Oh, it is those 3 toads. Okay. What happened to you? Yeah, you were. I mean, you guys did have the hearts attached to your oinks in dialogue. Oh, good, they didn't eat their mom. That's fantastic, because I didn't want to have to explain that one to their husband. Or is their husband dead? I forgot. Well, anyway. I will see if I can do that, then. Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, let's go over here, because this is where Vivian was being cruelly and unusually punished for her not misdeeds. Not misdeeds. Sorry, I'll get it eventually. I'm used to saying she, because I didn't know until just recently, like probably a couple of years ago, that there was a gender fluidity there. At least in the Japanese version, if I remember right. Let's go help out, shall we? Because I can't stand to watch them treat them like garbage. Yeah, that's where it doesn't really work, does it? Watch them treat her like garbage. Are you alright? I kind of figured. Well, that's no good. Well, it's gotta be around here somewhere. Let's see if we can look in the grass and find it. Gotta be in one of these, that's for sure. I don't know which one it is specifically, though, but it's gotta be here somewhere. I already checked that one, I think. And this one, for that matter. Watch it be in this one that's like she's right on top of. Nope. Okay. Ah. Well, that looks like a bomb. I mean, it's more of a grenade, but... We found the super bomb. Won't Vivian be punished if she doesn't find this? Yes, probably. Now let's take it and store it in a safe place by leaving. Yeah, no, like I said, the pipe rejects us because, again, we don't have our name written on our body anywhere. So we can't actually go into it until we've gotten our body back. Hey there. Is this yours? I don't think that handing a grenade off to somebody is a good idea for a first introduction, but, well, you're looking for it, so here you go. You can have it. You're welcome. Well, that's the idea. What? What's the oh. Yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. What happened? Did the pin... Well, if the pin broke, wouldn't it be not broken? It'd just be armed? Yeah, I don't know how she can just identify that on site. She must be a bomb tech specialist or something. I think Vivian does identify as female, though, but you don't know for sure. Are they really sisters? I mean, Blue Hat looks really old. Yeah, I don't know how that works with their, like, biology, I guess. I mean, I would imagine they're sisters, quote-unquote, just by, like, proxy with one another, but I don't know. We'd have to look into, like, their species to see how it works with their biology and whether or not them being, like, ancient could cause them to... Maybe it's like dragons in mythology, you know what I mean? Where they could be, like, hundreds of years apart being born, and they're still in the same brood, basically. I don't know. But yeah, you could be right, Conker. Vivian could identify as female in this version, so I guess we could refer to her as female in this version. So, I mean, they refer to themselves as sisters, so, you know. Well, I could try to fix it. I don't know if I have the proper tools to fix a bomb, but I could try to. Yeah, she must, like I said, she must be a specialist at this. You're welcome again. I just don't want to see you get punished. It's not okay. Oh, that's what she meant by busted. She meant it was gonna go away. That's kind of a long story, actually. Yeah, my name is muffled because my name was stolen, yeah. No, actually, it doesn't happen that often at all, yeah. It's kind of a, like I said, a long story. I guess we're gonna explain it to her. So that's the long and short of it. I mean, I guess it puts it into perspective, but that doesn't mean your problems are any less problematic. Well, they say that I'm a kind soul and a caring soul. I should put that game on my list of games to play, Terranigma, actually, because that's where the Ark is a caring soul meme comes from. I think it only released in Europe on the Super Nintendo, but I should still be able to get a not-so-legitimate copy. Yeah, maybe one day. I'll think about it. It's not on my list at the moment, but maybe one day. I think it's part of a trilogy, though. I think it's like the last game in a trilogy of games, so maybe I'd have to play all of them? I don't know. We'll see. Oh. Okay, well, that's kind of you. You don't have to do that. I mean, you've got decent problems to deal with anyway, but... You finally gonna get some courage and strike out on your own? I'm proud of you, Vivian. Well, I appreciate the help anyway. I could use all the help I can get, especially with those amazy daisies. Hello, thank you. Well, this is a bit of a strange turn of events. Our enemy has become our ally. What is this, Dragon Ball Z? Vivian has joined our party. Fantastic. Let's check out what she can do in the Primer Dimension. Considering their leader, the Shadow Queen, does identify female, I think we could say these shadow entities are all female. It's possible, yeah, because I don't think any of the other shadow entities, because there's the curse demon things in the boxes, but those aren't like of the same biology or brood as the Shadow Sirens or the Shadow Queen. It's a separate story that we'll figure out later on in the game, but they're not the same biology, basically. Let's check out what Vivian can do. So Vivian will pull Mario into the shadows when you press the X button, so you can hide from things. This includes enemies and hazards, as it turns out, because you remember that spike hallway in Rogueport Sewers? Yeah, when we're hiding in the shadows, we don't take damage from spikes, or fire, or any hazard for that matter, so that's nice. So hazards and enemies, she can help you hide from them, and then you can re-emerge. She can also do it in battle, or she can set enemies on fire with her fists. So I guess the firebrand passed to her in this particular case, from Superstar Saga. Yeah, she can also use Veil in battle as well to avoid a particularly nasty attack, like something charging up on you or something. The problem with Veil, and why I don't really like it that much, is that it uses up... Like, let's say you put Vivian in first and she uses Veil. It uses Mario's turn then, and then she pops back out next turn, and then you get Mario's turn. Like, basically, it skips an entire turn, essentially. And if she's second in the order, it skips 1.5 turns, because it skips her turn to use Veil, then it skips Mario's turn, you re-emerge on Vivian's turn, and then it ends your turn immediately. So it's kind of a situational thing, and you don't want to use it when she's in the back, like when she's moving second. You want to use it when she's moving first, so that way you can still get some damage out before you get rocked in the next round. But maybe we'll figure it out later, and we'll find some situations to use it in. Back in a bit, gotta restart your PC to see if that fixes something not loading. Alright, Conker, hopefully we'll fix it. We'll see you in a bit, then. Yeah, that's the plan, anyway. Well, we might have to go back to where they live, so... Oh, okay. What about the birds? Yeah, I suppose that would be true. They'd be pretty smart about all that stuff, wouldn't they? Oh, yeah, because we'll be gone. Okay, that makes sense. They won't know we're there. Cool. Sounds like a plan. Well, thank you. Let's see what we can get for information out of the birds. Also, you can't go upgrade Vivian even if you have the shine sprites for it at the moment because, well, the pipe will still reject you, so... Anyway, get within earshot of the birds so the dialogue wheel pops up, and then press X to use Veil, and then they'll all go talking, so... You have Bird Instant Messenger? How the hell? What in the goddamn... Oh my god. Do I even want to know what the Feather Club for Crows is? It's funny, though, that this game would mention fiber optic, and we haven't even gotten fiber optic at this point, and it's like 2022. There's no fiber optic available in our area at this point. This game came out in 2004. If only they could see how not far we've come now. This is a very tech-heavy conversation. Interesting. Anyway, let's go see if we can find birds that actually know about this ghost. I don't think any of the birds on this screen do, though. Yeah, they've all got, like, real-world problems that we still haven't fixed. Again, it's 18 years later, and here we are, just as relevant with these conversations as before. One talking about fiber optic cables, this one's talking about the depletion of fossil fuels. This game hits home sometimes. Yeah, no shit. Well, it depends, because solar energy could have the highest potential, but you'd have to unplug it from the currently fossil fuel-oriented electrical networks that a lot of our infrastructure is stuck with. Really, that's the case for a lot of renewable resources, is that you can generate the power in a renewable way, but if it's still connected to a coal or fossil fuel-based power plant, then you're not solving the problem. You're only solving like 20% of the equation. You need to solve the whole equation by making it so that you're not reliant on fossil fuels or coal in any way whatsoever in order to actually allow the planet to be... in order for us to use sustainable energy and for the planet to not be, you know, losing itself to greenhouse gas effects. So... This one's a poet, apparently. I mean, that sounds like... Sounds like you need to read some something other than Edgar Allan Poe there, friend, because that's not gonna make you feel any better, I'll tell you what. Eh. Oh boy. I feel like these were just conversations that were happening around the office or something like that, and they just stuck them in. Like, around the translation office at Nintendo of America, and they were just eavesdropping on them, like these birds apparently do, and they were just like, let's use that for a conversation in-game for these crows. So, it's funny, though. It's too real, but it's funny. Oh, I missed a star piece over here. Okay, cool. Did we already answer this one? Strategy guides. Out of all of the ones here... I mean, I like a good fantasy book like just as much as the next guy. Haven't really been a fan of romance books, and strategy guides helped me earlier in my lifetime, but nowadays I usually shun them in favor of, well, I guess Game Facts sometimes helps out, but yeah, out of all of these, I'd probably have to say suspense. I think suspense is worthwhile, and I think you're wrong for saying it isn't. Too bad that doesn't do anything. Anyway, let's check this tree. Oh, good, a conversation that's actually relevant to the story. Ah, so our friend there is meeting with the mayor. Okay. Well, you'd think they'd know by the lack of posture, the fact that he's always panting like a chain smoker, and the fact that his eyes are completely glazed over, but apparently not. It's like Ditto in the Pokemon anime. Nobody knows better, even though it sticks out like a sore thumb. Oh, really? Huh. Yeah, apparently so, like shape-shifting and using curses to turn people into pigs and stuff. Well, I guess that's how it works then. And now that we know the answer to that, well, off we'll go. Yeah, so we gotta run back to Creepy Steeple. We'll search underneath the steeple, basically down in that pit where we found the booze the first time, except there's a different section we'll need to go to in order to figure out the guy's real name, so yeah, we gotta run back to Creepy Steeple, and then once we figure out their name, we're probably gonna have to run back here, because they're gonna be out here as soon as we leave town. And then once we figured it out, they'll probably run back to Creepy Steeple, knowing my luck, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna buy a couple of Thunder Rages, because they're only 20 coins, so... Excuse me, I got a bunch from the Jam and Jelly, so... Might as well. What's my next reward, by the way? Let's see. Oh, another Thunder Rage, but it's at 50 points. Okay, that's fine. Eventually we'll get enough for that. Maybe. I don't know if we're going to go too much higher than 50 points, though, because I really don't need to buy much of anything at shops after this. Well, we might, actually, because there is one item I'm going to use for cooking with 2 ingredients, which will be coming up pretty soon, that is actually really good, but one of the required ingredients is from the shop, so... Oh, not again. I mean, you could have probably spun it a certain way, but we all know that your forte is just looking like people, not actually being them. Yeah, that's him. Well, he should. I mean, I don't know if I want to tell you why, but he should look familiar to you. You've met him before. Okay, sure. Whatever. What do I want to name him this time? Well, we know it's not Jenny. It can't be the name that... I mean, obviously it's going to have a P in it, otherwise it wouldn't be gone, the P. So, let's name it after my file. It doesn't matter what you say, he's just going to say this anyway, so... Yeah, sure, whatever you say. This is why there's no encounters on the screen, by the way, because you have to be able to run away from him one way or the other, and there's a cutscene that plays when you do it. So if there were any encounters, they don't want to chance the idea of you running into an encounter when you're running away from him, so... but yeah, he doesn't... It's still the same as it was before. You can't do anything to him, so... I don't even think Vivian can do anything to him now that I think about it, so let's see. Nope. So, even though he said don't run away, well, we're gonna have to do that anyway after I take care of a bit of a jackass in my audience there. There we go. Run, Vivian, run! There we go. Goodbye. Again, you're making it no fun because you've still got God mode toggled on. You know, Mario gets every woman except for Peach to love him, but no, chase after the only girl that has an interest in you. Yeah. Well, that's how it is. Lifeblood is that you always want what you can't have when it comes to love. So the romantic interest is there because she always says no. Mario's just a bit of a masochist in that way, I guess. Probably, yeah. He keeps busting out of the woodwork, or the props, basically. Alright, yeah, let's go figure out what his real name is so we can get my name and body back. I'll fight these guys on the way back, even though we fought them already, just because I want to keep maintaining our level ups, so... It should work out pretty okay. See if we can put this guy to sleep. There we go, just so he doesn't use the sheet on me, because I wouldn't want that. I got a Thunder Rage, but I don't think I want to use it yet. I could use one of these boost sheets, though. Or I could just check out how much Shade Fist does. It won't do 4, but... It does 3, and then it'll do 1 more from the burn, so that's good. I forgot the timing on that. Oh well. And that was 1 off. Well, that charge isn't going to do you a whole lot of good there, friend. Sorry to say it. Goodbye. Nice work, Vivian. I think her Shade Fist can deal a maximum of 5 damage, if I remember correctly, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So, let's do a little spin jump to help her out. Make sure she can take care of him with this. But yeah, it could be any one of the face buttons there. It won't be L or R as far as I'm aware. There's the stylish. You just gotta press it as she's coming out of the ground, and that's how you do it. Not that we need it right now, but you know, it's there. The burns that she can inflict might actually help too with Amazy Daisies because, well, she'll deal 2 damage, but then the burn will deal 1. So another boost sheet. Oh my god. But yeah, the burns she'll deal 2, the burn will deal 1, and that'll help out with getting rid of the Amazy Daisy. So you're back. PC is loading apps as it should. That's good, Conquer. Welcome back. We encountered the Body Snatcher again, and we ran away from him. So yeah, we're just going back up Twilight Trail to go to Creepy Steeple, see if we can figure out their real name. And hello, Amarella. Welcome as well. How you doing? Welcome back. We are in the middle of Chapter 4, trying to get our name and body back from a Body Snatcher. So that's good. Alright, so you're going to charge. That's fine. And you're going to charge. That's also fine, I think. Let's see. Can't quite do 4 with El Vivien here. I guess I could Veil right here, just because they're both charged, because then they'll both lose their charge, so yeah, let's give it a shot, why not? And off we go. I believe the stylish for this one is when you pop back out of the ground, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I can try. Wait for it. Nope, not there. Okay, that's fine. It's probably as you're walking back to your positions. But yeah, as you can see, it takes up Vivian's turn. It took up Mario's turn on the last turn, and then it takes up Vivian's turn on this turn. So you got to be a little careful with your Veil use. Use it. It's a very defensive ability, so only use it when it's like do or die, basically. Or you don't want to use up your star power. Nah, I missed the super guard timing. That's okay. Does her moving count as levitation? It's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I would say probably, yeah. I would count it as levitation, but I don't know. I don't honestly know why I just did that when I could have had her Shade Fist first and then Sleepy Stomp, but I guess whatever, no big deal. I'll just defend, because you can't do 4. I can do 4, though, so let's do it. There we go. Oh, yeah, and actually I forgot I need to re-equip some of the badges that we have. I'll do it after this battle. Because now that we actually have a partner, we can afford to use, well, partner badges, so, you know. For this particular battle, I think Clockout might be in play here because that one Spiky Goomba has a boost sheet, and I don't feel like dealing with that, but Is it really a big deal, though? I guess it's not that big of a deal. Let's see what happens. I'm just gonna not clock out and see what happens here. I think that's gonna come down on me. I don't know how those little pieces of grass did 1 damage to you, but whatever. It's fine. There we go. See who he uses this on. Probably himself. Yeah. That's fine. He's burned, so it'll work okay, I think. And, well, we have these boost sheets. I'm going to use 2 of them, because why not? I need to get them out of my inventory anyway, so let's use them. I got to wait out the invisibility that one has anyway, so... whoops, I just used 2 on Mario. No, they do not stack. That is not how that works. I figured it would auto-target Vivian, but that's okay. Same ability in the first Paper Mario was OP. Yeah, that's true. Definitely was. I mean, I could imagine it being anyway. I don't know for sure, but I could definitely imagine it being pretty OP considering what it does. So, let's see. Well, let's just do this then. That was not too smart, but it's alright. It will work out. It's charging, that's fine, because he'll burn himself, and then I can take care of him after this with a hammer. Actually, it might have stacked, because I think... No, because I used just the 1 turn there. So, never mind me, carry on. I'm just yammering to myself. I do that a lot. I mean, I play these games for 2.5 hours to 3 hours at a time, so do a lot of yammering, as it turns out. Boy, it's a good thing the last time we saw Vivian, she didn't see me use tube mode, because otherwise this would be a dead giveaway, wouldn't it? She'd have me dead to rights after this. Oh, I know who you are. You hide an attack on every turn as long as you have flower points. That's true. That's true. You could do that if you... No, actually, that's not true, because you have to spend a turn coming back. So if they're charging, yes, you could hide on every turn and make yourself invincible. But if... this is for Veil, I would assume you're talking about. But for when you use up, basically it uses up a full turn. So if Vivian's in front and she goes first, she can't Veil on the next turn when you pop out again because she's already used her turn. If she's in the back, you also can't Veil because she uses up her turn. So like you could make yourself almost invincible, but you'd still take an attack every other turn with Veil. Now if you use the boost sheet every turn, then yeah, you could. Oh, in the first Paper Mario? Okay, yeah, I see. So that's probably why they nerfed it then, because it was pretty damn powerful then in the first Paper Mario. I'll Sleepy Stomp, why not? I still haven't fixed my badge setup, but I'll do that in a bit. And then can do this. There we go. Get rid of the daisy. That daisy's sleeping. Now it's going to be sleeping forever. Sorry. I didn't even wake it up there. It's great. Oh, in the first Paper Mario, when you use Lady Boo's hide ability. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, that makes sense. But yeah, it's probably why they nerfed it then, because if it was that powerful in the first Paper Mario, then I would imagine it was very easily abusable, and, well, that would definitely be something I'd want to nerf. So, excuse me. 4 daisies, not a 1 amazy. That's okay, though. I think I'm just going to Sleepy Stomp one of the crazies. There we go. Now, sleep doesn't always work. It's just been working very well for us in these particular cases. Usually it works best on regular mobs rather than bosses, but some of the bosses in the early game apparently are pretty susceptible to it. At least the mini-bosses are. Okay, so we'll take less damage. That's good. If they even damage me. Apparently they won't. That's fine, just take all my level ups with you. See if I care. Alright. And we'll probably get another level up once we go into Creepy Steeple for the... What is this, the 3rd, technically? Well, it's technically the 2nd time, because we were in there and we never left until after we took care of business with that Duplighost gentleman. Or they stole our body. Okay, you've got a Thunderbolt. That's a little bit upsetting, but I think I can deal with that. There we go. Put you to sleep, get some Shade Fist going. Take care of you. I'm not really worried about the Cleft, to be honest. Like, what's he gonna do? Charge, and then I Quake Hammer, and off he goes? Big deal. So... go. Now, can you... You can Shade Fist the Crazy Daisy. That's good. Because that's what I want you to Shade Fist right now. It is easily abusable, but really nobody does it because of the lack of attack power from not attacking. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, because you wouldn't really be attacking at all when you use it, so... It would just delay the battle, you know what I mean? So... I guess if you're trying to avoid a really big attack, it would be nice, but I wouldn't, you know, I guess using it every round wouldn't really get you very far. So. Alright, let's get all our FP back. That's the idea here between the Happy Flower and the Flower Finder and all that stuff, so. Well, I'm thinking about it. Which badges don't I want at the moment? I guess I don't really need Power Smash or Strength Stomp. I can put Damage Dodge Partner back on our pretty lucky partner. We can take Happy Heart off. I can put Damage Dodge back on. We don't need Quick Change at the moment, so I don't really need to worry about that. So I'll just stick Damage Dodge Partner on. I think I'm going to turn off these last stands as well, because I've never really been in danger, like, hardly at all during the playthrough. So I might turn those off and turn on something else instead. Matter of fact, I might turn them off right now and turn Happy Heart back on, just because what the hell, right? So. Alright, well, there we go. So one more screen, we'll be back to Creepy Steeple. We can see if we can figure this thing out by going in a different direction than we normally went the last time. And then we'll be good. Still don't, what was I gonna say? I forgot my own train of thought within 2 seconds. Oh well, that's fine. Am I gonna get whacked by trees here? No, I'm not. Good. Hey Marie, how's it going? Welcome back. Yes, we do in fact have Vivian for the party now. And we're heading back to Creepy Steeple to see if we can figure out what's going on with this body snatcher that took our name and our body, and we can't go back to Rogueport because they took it, so, yeah. Yes, he has the best girl. Just woke up from a 3-hour nap. They installed smart home tech at your apartment today. Oh, that's nice. Both of those sound pretty good. I don't know if this is even going to do anything to this guy. Aren't they immune to fire and explosions? Well, apparently not when they're on their back, so that's good, I guess. But anyway, that all sounds good, Marie. Glad to hear things have been going your way today, it sounds like. And things are about to be going my way, too, because I'm about to get a level up, so that's good. Not as quickly as if I had actually knocked out that Amazy Daisy, but that's okay. We don't have to worry about that too much. Because we leveled up anyway. It just took a little longer, that's all. What do I want? Yeah, Silhouette Mario instead of paper, pretty much. Although the silhouette is still paper too, but, you know. I have badge points listed on my level up in my notes here. I guess I could see it for, like, when I get Quick Change back, I'll want the extra points so I can equip a bunch of other stuff, so I'll use it, whatever. We've got good enough everything else at the moment to finish the entire chapter, so I'm not really worried about it. Like, 20 and 15, that's good enough. Yes, welcome to the Shadow Realm, indeed. That's where we are at the moment. Now, you may remember that there was a locked door down in the basement behind the Boo box that was in here. As a matter of fact, you know what? I don't even know if I showed that, so let's go show that, and then we'll come back out here. I can show you where we actually have to go, because the Boos are pretty tame. They don't really move very fast, so we shouldn't really have too much of a problem with them. But if we go back down here, go in here, and past the Boo box is this door. But this door is locked from the inside, so there's no way for us to get inside. And unfortunately, Vivian cannot veil underneath the door jamb. That would be very nice, but you can't move while you're in veil, so yeah. not so good. Doesn't really work out that well for us, but that's okay. We'll find a different way in. No big deal. Oh, okay. I thought there was a star piece just sitting there, but I might have already grabbed it. You like the aesthetic of this game? Maybe it's the paper, you don't know what it is. I think that the sprites in this game have aged very well, to be honest, even through the years. And it's usually, that's how it is with a lot of 2D sprites that have these higher contrast colors to them. Because a lot of the games that came out in, you know, the 5 to 10 years after this game came out were a little bit more gritty and realistic looking, and they didn't age as well because that was just based on what was realistic for video games at the time, you know what I mean? So these sharp contrast images, I think, have they've aged better, I think. Anyway, we want to, yeah, jump into the well, just like Lifeblood said there, and that'll take us down here with a Buzzy Beetle. Hello there. Oh, good. Well, he's got the same problem that the Koopa Troopas have, in that he has the exact same velocity to his attacks. Anyway, there's a Buzzy Beetle down here, and a few varieties as well. It's just like Koopas, though. You jump on them, knock them on their back, and they're helpless for the turn. I think that they look kind of cute when they're stuck on their backs like that, though. It's kind of adorable, if you ask me. You fucking knew, yeah, that's for sure. Not so adorable when they get knocked out, but, you know. But there's a few varieties of Buzzy Beetle down here, if I remember correctly, so we'll probably see a bunch of them as we go. We'll also get another Shine Sprite. Perfect. That brings us to 6, right? Yeah. So now we can upgrade, well, Vivian when we get back, and then one other partner if we were to get other partners after that. But we'll worry about that later, after this. Gritty and realistic looking, Advance Wars Days of Ruin, the end of the edgy mid to late 2000s, yeah. Something like that, yeah. They definitely had an effect on the, oh my god, video game environment. That's a lot of Buzzy Beetles. Now, let's see if we can take them out. This will probably do nothing, but that's okay. They've got like 5 defense or something ridiculous like that, so. If you're fighting a bunch of them, and if you're fighting the spiked ones, my recommendation is to use Quake Hammer, because that will actually knock them over. And get them stuck, which is good. I think they pop directly out of that after a single turn, though, so you're going to have to keep doing that over the course of a bunch of turns if you don't knock them out in one. They don't have a whole ton of HP, though. I think they've only got like 5, so. Yeah, why are there so many to ambush people? Yeah, that's probably true. The problem with these Buzzy Beetles is that when they go to attack you, they stop directly in front of you, so as to, like, hit you if you're moving towards them, but they didn't take into account the idea that if you remain perfectly still, you could ambush them by just whomping them with a hammer. So, yeah. Oh, so that's what's behind that wall. Just more wall. Got it. Yeah, they pop up immediately after they are on their backs for a turn. So, I mean, I guess you could also use Piercing Blow, or you could use, like, an item if you wanted to, but Quake Hammer works well enough. We just won't get a lot of flower points out of these fights, so. Because, you know. Excuse me, we're going to keep using Quake Hammer. Maybe I should have kept the Jam and Jelly explicitly for this. Oh, I got another Shrink Stomp. Well, yeah, there'll be a lot of rewards when this is over with. That Buzzy Beetle has a Power Punch. Let's prevent him from using that real quick. Yeah, I don't know what it is about them rocking back and forth like that. It's like, I don't know. It's like looking at a reptile or something. Small pet. And there we go again. That's fine. Ooh, that's a tasty tonic. I'll take that. Thank you. Let's see here. I could use Earth Tremor, but I don't know if I want to bother with that. I'll just use, well, I don't even need Quake Hammer, actually. I could just use Multi-Bounce instead, because that'll knock them all over. There we go. And then we can take them one at a time after that. Actually, I think I do want to use a Thunder Rage for this battle, thinking about it, because they're all going to pop back up immediately. Like that, so. I think I will just use this, because there's a lot of them, so. Okay, it's 5 damage to all enemies, but still, that's a lot of damage for 20 coins. we go again. Yeah, I missed the timing. That's okay. A spike top in the back row with a power punch. Thanks, game. That's fun. Let's just clock them out. That should give us, buy us a little time. Although I could have just used my other Thunder Rage, I guess, but... Well, let's see if we can do it without it, you know. No, don't throw it back at me.
That would suck.
There we go. I guess Vivian can't really do a whole lot this turn, though. So maybe that wasn't such a good... I'm just going to use the Thunder Rage. It's fine. Whatever. We'll get our star power back. Well, at least the spike tops give us 2 experience points. That's good. Look at all the rewards we got! Got another power punch. We got this one right here. I guess he went past me that time. That's cool. But yeah, once you take them out like that, you can get all the rewards. It just, you have to wait until they're all done to get the rewards, which may make low HP or FP setups a little bit unhappy because, you know, you have to kind of use the, you know, get the flowers in between battles in order for it to work out okay, but that worked out okay. We've got enough FP. Alright. Let's get this. Then I can finally read chat now that we're done with this ambush. We got some good star points out of it, though, so that's good. We'll also get some more coins out of this, thanks to the blessing. Just remember that Cherry Bomb wants to safeguard the world from wedding dress Luigi, but we see Luigi wearing Princess Peach's clothes in Superstar Saga. Yeah, he shirked his responsibilities just a little bit now, didn't he? That Cherry Bomb. It's the same, just pink. Apparently wedding dress Luigi was even worse. Yeah, probably not exactly the best. There's a tornado jump badge. You can use it to damage midair enemies, and all of them if you want. It's more effective than the super hammer, too, if I remember correctly. It deals more damage to all airborne enemies, but I don't know. It's kind of specific for me. I'm not really a big fan of it. It's got a good stylish move, though, because you can get a lot of stylishes racked up with this, because he basically does like a backwards somersault back to his original position after he hits the ground from the tornado jump. So there's like, you can chain together quite a few if you're good at it. It costs 2 BP, though, so that's even more of a reason to not use it. Love how the jingle from winning a fight is the same kind of jingle when you finish a level in Platform Mario. That you're a sucker for stuff like that. No, I mean, it's good, right? It's kind of almost like leitmotif, basically, to remind you of where you've come from, I guess. It's cool. I like it. What do I equip with these 3 badge points? Because the stuff that I've got is going to work for this current go between here until we get our partners back. Then I'll have to, you know, take 7 badge points off to re-equip quick change. But for now, I mean, I guess that's fine. We won't need the last stands, but they're kind of just there as like an emergency, basically. This moves, by the way, but if you let it go, it'll slide backwards like that. So in order to avoid that, you veil, and now you're trapped in here. Good luck. No, it's it does trap you, but now we can actually go this way, so we can get in behind that little secret exit that was over there before. Here's another shine sprite. That's good. Save, because why not? And we got a tube mode our way out and around and down, so we can see if we can find a way into that locked door upstairs. I think it's upstairs from here, but it might be downstairs from here, depending on where this goes. Yeah, it's actually slightly downstairs from here. Let's go see. And yeah, that'll put us in the background of the area here, so nothing over here, though. Might be a star piece behind one of these windows, though. No, there's not. But you can barely see it, but there's a tube mode section right there. So let's go hit that up. See where we end up. Ah, cool. A treasure room with a locked door. Let's see if we can find the key. Well, we found a Mr. Softener. Not that that's really going to be useful here, because the boss has a defense of 0. Here's a regular Power Plus for Mario. It's 6 BP to equip, though, so again, I don't really find it worth it myself. I would rather just use Power Lift and save the BP for other stuff. Speaking of P, we found the letter P, And yeah, we need that in order to get our name and body back, because as it turns out, the boss of the chapter took the lowercase p out of our alphabet. This game is wild. Here's a steeple key that lets us get out of this room, so that's good. Polly, want a cracker? Good morning. Good morning, Chrono. Yeah, Polly is another bird, so of course Polly's not going to talk properly until we veil. Not here anymore. Goodbye. You would hate Rebby Ribby's badges. BP is only from items, and there are a limited amount you can buy in a Metroidvania, and you think it caps at 98 instead of 99, not sure anymore. Hope you aren't OCD. Oh no, don't worry about me. I'm not OCD for that stuff. There's certain things I am, but not for something like that. I'll be good. Anyway, go ahead and have a monologue to yourself. Yeah, what are you doing locked down here? Oh, because you know the boss of the steeple's real name. Okay. Yeah, that's not very nice. You should find a better path for your life than this. Ah, there we go. There's the actual name that we were looking for. Dupless. I guess that's fine. Whatever. Not what I'd name my kid, but anyway. Hi, Polly. Thanks for the information. Yes, you are. You are a very pretty bird. A pretty bird that knows the information I needed. Let's get out of here, Vivian. Alright. Yes, we did. So yeah, now we can take his name and we can actually go spell it out for him. If you didn't grab the letter P, by the way, you could always go back in the door and grab it, but you need that letter in order to spell out the name because, as you can see, there's a lowercase p in his name. So I would assume that was so that on repeat playthroughs, that the developers obviously were thinking ahead. They don't want repeat playthroughs to just guess that and totally skip over Vivian, because you technically could do that if you had the lowercase p in the alphabet when you first meet Dupless, but yeah. Sounds like a plan, Vivian. Let's go do that. So yeah, now you got to go back through Twilight Trail again. I guess it gives you more of a chance to go find a Maisie Daisies, which is good. And once we get through the trail, we'll just go tell him his name, and then we'll see where he ends up. Spoiler alert, he's going to end up right back here. So we'll have to come back here and take care of him, but that's okay. You're trying to suffer through detangling your hair again? You're only about halfway done, and it's been a nightmare. Oh my god, I can imagine. Neglecting your hair means you have to tear or rip it out when it's not savable from being tangled. Yeah, and that's the worst. Like, I've never had my hair get that long to where it is, but I have heard horror stories about how bad it can get untangling your hair, so it's no good. Well, out of these, I'll probably... Well, no, I can actually cook the Tasty Tonic into a fresh juice if I remember right, but I'll probably sell the Power Punch and Mr. Softener because I don't think I'm going to need them. I'll probably just give you the letter P in your special items. Yeah, there's the Power Plus, 6 BP needed. Let's not do anything with that. I'll save just in case we encounter an Amazing Daisy, because again, that 20 attack power, yikes! Don't wanna mess with that. That will mess you up. So, in case it actually attacks, let's just avoid that problem altogether. Oh, okay, that's fine. Ah, I missed the timing on it. What the hell? That's no good. It's okay though. Do one of those. Get our stylish going so we can get our points back. And Vivian, why don't you take care of this one? Just because I feel like doing something different. I could have taken out the one in front, but yeah, whatever. Ah, missed the timing. I was slightly late on that one. Oh good, it woke Vivian up. That will help a little bit. I don't have my, whatchamacallit, though. I don't have any more Thunder Rages, which will make this a little bit problematic, but that's okay. I can do this, and do some damage, and maybe get you to run away so you won't put me on ice again, and by that I mean to sleep. Yeah, as you can see, that did not wake Mario up, unfortunately. Oh, good. I missed the timing on that because I was blabbing my mouth off again. Thank you, Pretty Lucky. Take my experience with you, I guess. Well, this is gonna hurt. Ow. I'm almost inclined to reset that one from being late on the timing, but I guess that's what I have life insurance for, so. I think if Mario gets knocked out, I believe that causes a game over. I think even if your partner is up, I think that still causes a game over, but I'm not 100% sure about that, so. I think we have all our stylish points back, though, all of our star power, so. I'm missing the timing a lot today. Oh well. Oh, we were almost there, but that's okay. It did go south fast. That's why sleep is really good in this game, as you can see. Of course, it's really good when the enemy uses it against you, too. I'll use this because, you know, that went awfully. Naturally curly. It gets so coiled that you literally can't attempt to save it. Oh, yeah. That's no good, then. It's a little unfortunate. It makes it a little problematic to keep it long, I would assume, then. Alright, well, anyway, let's see if we can do that a little better. That was pretty much what you'd expect out of an Amazy Daisy fight, rather than just a bunch of crazy daisies, but, well, sometimes it happens. You never know. That might also be why the strategy guides all said, no, run from all the fights so you don't have to deal with them, but big deal. It's fine. Just do this the normal way, which is like this. Put that one to sleep. The other one I can knock out this turn. If I don't miss my super guard timing, I should be good with the cleft, so. There we go. See? That's how it's supposed to work. It just didn't happen the last turn. Will Power Smash do enough to get through your massive defense? It might. Because you take 1 from a normal attack, so... Yeah, so you'll take 3 from this one. Power Smash is very good for getting stylish, though, as you can see there. It lets you do 4 stylish in a row, which gets you a lot of star power. Oh, good. I even hit it through the mist. Good work, Vivian. Definitely didn't do the timing on the stylish correct, but I didn't need it, so... You kind of want it back length? Yeah, I mean, you know, if you want it that length, that's good, and it's just the matter of having to maintain it then, that could be where the problem lies, but if you want it there, that's the price you pay, I guess. Long as you're okay with it, that's the important part. Sleepy Stomp, ye crazy daisy. How do you like it? And then Shade Fist, the one that's down on HP. Getting a lot of X's on these Shade Fists. That's fine. I suppose. It's just a little concerning. Alright. We have a charged Goomba. Paragoomba, too, so I can't Ice Smash him. I guess I could Sleepy Stomp him, but that takes his experience points away, and I need those. Oh, well. And it didn't even work on him. That's fine. Bushi? I think so. Let's Bushi. Now he's going to try to hit Vivian just because I, said that was going to do that, but that's okay. I didn't even do the timing correct on any of those. I don't know what I'm doing today. It's okay, though. We'll get our flower points back out of this, though, if I do this correctly. That's good. I have a Super Shroom or 2 anyway in my inventory, so I can always use that. Oh, good. We'll get some extra points back from this bingo! And we'll fill our audience out. That's the more important thing, really, because there was only 2 FP missing, so... Why don't you use that Super Shroom there, Vivian? On yourself this time. There you go. Have to redo your life in order to keep up with your new lifestyle, but enough about that, to war, Mario! It's okay. So it's a constant shift and change, right? You gotta change up things in your life every now and then just to, you know, make sure you can keep up with yourself and keep up with the new stuff that you want to do, but, it's alright. It's just one of those things. You take it in stride one day at a time and you'll get it. Alright, there's that. And now we Ice Smash this guy. Let's see if we can incapacitate him. There we go. Good. So now he's stuck in there with his charge with nothing to do. So that's good. I don't know if he immediately thaws if I Shade Fist him. I guess we can find out. Yes, he does. Okay. So Ice Smash does not work well with Vivian. Got it. Because then I lose out on 1 damage, but that's okay. And we're actually doing pretty decent on star points as well from fighting everything to and from the steeple. So, it's good. It's been 2 years. It's not a constant change. It's a never-ending change. Gotta learn hair care, gotta learn skin care, makeup. It never ends. Yeah, there's a lot to it, that's for sure. I don't envy your the amount of work you have to put into it, but I do respect the amount of work you're putting into it. I just don't envy you for it. So, all right, now how the hell do you expect me to get a first strike? Oh, like that. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, then. I guess that works. I didn't know if I could jump there or not, but apparently you can... I mean, I knew I could jump in paper mode. I just didn't know if I could jump while in that gap. So, that's cool. Oh, good, and we even get a Shine Sprite out of this. Not that I need it. Shine Sprite Roulette, that is, I should say. Just freeze him before he becomes a problem. Where's my sound effect? Oh, good, I got it anyway. Bingo! Do I want more X-Nauts in my audience? No, not really, but I guess I'll take the 2 FP. Wait, what? But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't get it either. Alright, let's see if we can Sleepy Stomp this fool. The last one didn't get put to sleep, so that's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. And, do I want to sell this Power Punch, or do I want to just use it? I guess if I want to just use it, I should wait until I actually use Power Lift to do it, so... It's just, you know, appeal. Whatever. Wait for the ice to break so Vivian has something to do next turn and Mario has something to do next turn. Stuff like that is why Kid U didn't use status moves in RPGs. Yeah, it's one of those things that you kind of either you like doing as a kid or you don't like doing as a kid, but most kids don't think that far ahead. This is nothing against kids, it's just that most kids don't think that far ahead with their moves. They kind of just are like, no, let's do more damage because the faster I kill them, the better off I'll be, but sometimes you have to strategize a little bit with the attacks that you use in order to keep yourself alive, and well, in that particular situation, especially with Crazy Daisies and Amazy Daisies, putting them to sleep really, really helps prevent problems. As you saw plainly from that one battle where we almost, as a matter of fact, we actually did die, but we had life insurance, so that worked out for us there. Oh, here he comes. Oh, there he goes. He's gonna read chat, and then I heard the exclamation point sound effect. I'll read it in a sec. And you learned about how useful attack buffs are, and Doom. Yeah, Doom can be good if it doesn't have really low accuracy, so... It usually has low accuracy, though, which is why I usually don't use it very often in games. There are some exceptions, but Doom itself, it depends. Can I Super Hammer and do 4 damage to this guy? Yes, I can. Good. The stylish, by the way, for that one is at the end of the pattern, so... Like, after you spin all the time. Kind of like with when Koops is doing his breakdance spinning, so... And there's that. Let's see what we got. You'll charge up, that's fine. Can take care of you this turn with Shade Fist, and then there's the other guy which I can encase in ice! Excuse me, and prevent any problems as long as I get him on ice. I mean, it's not guaranteed when you ice smash him, but... There we go. Take Golden Sun. There's a piece of gear called a Prophet's Hat, and it's a rare drop. Instead of equipping it, you should use it in battle because it inflicts Doom, even on one particular boss. Ooh, that's actually pretty useful, then. Doom KOs after 7 actions, not 7 turns. The boss you alluded to gets 2 actions a turn and is vulnerable to Doom. Then, yeah, that would be a really good use of that item, then, so that way you can, you know, take care of the boss without... It's almost like a... Hey, they forgot to code in a status immunity to this, so take full advantage of it. So, like, old-school RPGs, like Super Nintendo era RPGs did that a lot. But yeah, it's basically just like that, so it's good. Gives you an excuse to, if you know the game, you know, inside and out, it gives you an excuse to do some things that are good like that, that allow you to do more technical stuff, I guess. That's what I was looking for. Well, that guy's gonna be a problem now, but that's okay. Because that ice storm will encase us in ice, and yeah, that ain't gonna work. Do I Veil now? I don't know if I Veil now. I guess I'm just going to take care of this guy since I can only do 3. There we go. Because this guy's just going to use that. Oh, okay. That's fine. I figured he'd just use the Ice Storm because it's an Ice Storm and it's an item. So, but whatever. It's okay. If he wants to, you know, if he wants to send himself to the grave faster, I'm okay with that. Alright, now there's this guy. Let me Veil this turn, actually, so I can avoid the attack. There we go. Because his charge will go away if I avoid the attack, and then next turn I can just, like, put him back to sleep, so if he does stuff to me. Still missed the Super Guard on that one, but that's okay. Oh, okay then. Just destroy my audience while you're at it, sir. That's not very nice. Yeah, goodbye, Shy Guy. Oh, something else fall from the ceiling and send the punies running away? Alright. I don't know what's going on with my audience in this battle. They're having trouble. Oh, that wasn't very smart of you. Goodbye. You can farm that boss, even though it takes a while to actually reset its spawn after you kill it, unless you take it somewhere first. Faster to reset it at that point. Oh, okay. So, like, farm it for experience and stuff? That's not bad, then. Oh, and they even call it a curse. I didn't even remember that part. Well, there you go. Got some extra star points. By the way, if you got an Amazy Daisy to actually spawn and you knocked it out and the curse procced on that, you would get 100 star points from one battle, so... Yet another good reason to use the curse. It's a good curse. I don't think there's a bad curse in this game now that I think about it, considering all the other curses we've gotten have been good, and that curse is definitely good. So... Alright, this time I'm just going to avoid problems with this boost sheet here by spin jumping to make it so that if I don't get the status off, I just can still KO him with Vivian. There we go. Now we're thinking. Alright, so you I can take out next turn. And you can charge up, and that's not really great, but that's not too big of a deal. I'll just Veil. It dies so fast that you can seriously get a ton of money and EXP really fast. The issue is that Golden Sun is part 1 of a 2-part duology, and you might want to transfer your save. And having an over-leveled GS1 cast might bite you in the butt. Oh, really? Interesting. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it could be problematic for the characters in Golden Sun 2. Almost like fighting them as a super boss or something. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. The timing on that might be different from, or tighter even, from normal Goomba Super Guards, because I remember being able to do Super Guards on normal Goombas in earlier episodes, and here I'm just flunking out. Oh well. Big deal. So probably what's going to happen with the boss of this chapter is they're going to give us another 20 star points. So I don't know if we'll level up again in the chapter. It'll probably be like last chapter where we're like just a little bit of experience off from leveling up to the level I want to be at the end of this chapter, which is 14, but it's okay. Let's be honest, let's spoil the story setup for the third quarter of the second game. At the beginning of the first game, you're told you have to do this task in order to save the world. I think I know where this is going to go just from the things you've said previously, but we'll see if I'm right. Were you sitting there in the props thinking that clip up the whole time? Well, I do in fact have one more guess, and I think it'll be a good one. So let's see what you got. Because this time... You Joker, we know your true name. Your true name is Dupless. It's clever of you not keeping the U in there like your, you know, like your species normally does, but... What did it sound like? Sounded like your name, didn't it? He's treating this like it's the end of the... Which, I mean, I guess it is kind of the end of the world for him. That's really kind of going to give me motion sickness if I look at... Yeah, I'm going to feel faint in a minute, too, looking at that shit. Well, anyway. We guessed his real name, and I guess his magic is somewhat dispelled now. And that means we can go get our name and body back. Well, he'd probably go to the place where this whole debacle began, so let's go back to the steeple again. See if we can erase him for good this time. I don't know if the enemies will respawn, though, because we didn't enter a town, so we might not fight anything on the way. We might fight stuff in Creepy Steeple, but it's fine. In the second game, the cast learns that doing that task will save the world, but the first game's cast is not privy to that information. So you're on your way to get the world-saving task done, but you don't know where the first Golden Suns cast is. You know they're on a ship sailing around the world looking for you after the final boss fight from the first game, but they will likely not listen to anything you have to say, so you're going to end up having to fight them. And if you import your save, they're going to be over-leveled as fuck and they'll kick your ass. Got it. Kind of figured that was where it was going, but yeah. How are we doing here? We're not doing great on items, but I should be okay. The boss isn't really that difficult. You pretty much just want a gun for our friend Dupless there. He's got our partners with him because they're too stupid to know that me talking is an immediate dead giveaway that it's not actually Mario. But it's okay. We'll get them back anyway, despite their stupidity. And, yeah, I just want a gun for him, because once you beat him, the fight's over. You don't have to go for your partners. And I don't even think they give you experience if you do, so... yeah, not really worth it. So you're going through the game tense AF because you know your two groups will fight if you end up meeting, because miscommunication instead of not communicating, yeah. Oh boy. That's just great. Alright, well anyway. So the stuff in the trail did respawn, which I guess gives us the highest chance of meeting up with another Amazy Daisy. And again, if I can get it to put to sleep, we'll actually be able to defeat it. Like it, or we should be able to defeat it. Because basically I could put it to sleep the first turn, let the sleep timer run out while I power lift and take care of everything else. Then we could actually fight it with our powered up attacks, and then it might actually get knocked out, so, yeah. Okay, so the Thunderbolt one is asleep. That's good. Let's get rid of this one. And then we'll see if we can actually properly time the guards here. Again. Yep, got it that time. And that time. I don't think you can be put to sleep if you time the guards properly, so that should help out a little bit. Trying to think of the best way to take care of these guys. I guess I could Sleepy Stomp one of them and then, oh, thanks for that. That's not very nice. Do this. Just put a few of them to sleep while we take care of this one in the front, and then we'll be good. Okay. I missed the timing again. Well, thankfully there's only one of them, and I've got plenty of sleep timer to burn here. Okay, so that put her back to sleep, but it didn't wake me up. And eventually the burn might... oh no, it's gone this turn. Okay. Now we're both back to sleep. And are they going to be... okay, ran off. Good. Unfortunately, that does not reset our timer. It does reset Vivian's now that she's awake, but it's still not good. Peril is bad. But yes, this is why sleep is bad in this game, when you have to fight it, because, well, it doesn't really... you don't wake up immediately. It's like a 50-50 shot, and oftentimes the RNG says no, so, yeah. Could I have used the Super Shroom there? Yes. But it's okay. Vivian's down, but we'll take care of this thing and we'll be fine. You know, that would have helped a little while ago there, Curse. Like, when I was first trying to deal with these guys, before I missed the timing on the thing there. I guess it's fine though, because you get to hear the alternate effect that happens when you when you almost lose a battle like that, there's actually a different victory theme that's slightly more grungy. Have a super shroom. You can actually heal yourself even at 0 HP outside of battle with regular items. You don't have to. You don't have to use a life shroom. So, of course, that means I'm kind of out of healing items at the moment, and we're not quite there yet. But that's okay. All right, so we'll leave that for Vivian. Let's see if we can sleep the one in the back, and then the cleft is the cleft. So. You won't get screwed in the way you think if you import save from Game 1. Something happens that would be nearly impossible if your Game 1 cast is over level, which will screw up your expectations when you get to another boss fight. You can beat Golden Sun 1 with strategy at level 20, and this includes killing the super boss. Without strategy, you can win around level 30. Then comes a second game that you can beat between the 34 and the late 40s with popular cheese strat. You can beat the second game super boss around the mid 30s. Okay, gotcha. So there's some low-level strats going on there. Cool. Or low-ish level strats, so you don't have to, like, over-level for it. Alright, he's charging up, but that's okay. Because I can just Quake Hammer, and that will no longer be a threat or a problem. By the way, I think you have until Mario hits the ground with that Quake Hammer to get the timing for the maximum amount of damage out of that, so... bit lenient on it, but that's okay. Well, I think I'm going to pay another 10 coins when we get back to the steeple to hit up the HP refill again. Otherwise, you will likely need to be in the 70s, if not 99, on all 8 party members. The Super Boss for second game gives a lot of people PTSD, and for good reason, too. I mean, if you have to be, like, in those kind of levels with all of your party members for it, then yeah, I could see why that would give people PTSD. Good lord. Alright, we got one more enemy, and then we're at the steeple, and then we've just got the booze, and there's another healing point before the boss fight, so we should be okay. Alright, 3 clefts, no Mazy Daisies, but that's okay. I did show one in the beginning of the stream. We got it on the first encounter, but it ran away, so not much I can do about that. But we don't need it, I guess. Just knock out the stuff that's actually in the steeple, and that'll get us enough experience to maybe level up to 14 before the end of the chapter. Maybe. Potentially. Can I KO both of you with multi-bounce? Yep. Cool. And that'll get us 6 star points, which is very good, because at this point, most enemies here don't give us 2 anymore, so these clefts are kind of my saving grace for now. But yeah, as you can see, if you're not buying badges, you get a lot of money in this game. So much so that it's kind of hard sometimes to justify, not buying badges. It's just that I don't need the badges that they've got available in this badge shop that I could buy. Like the ones that you might want at this point, but I don't really need them, so I don't usually buy them. Let's see. Sorry, sorting this with one hand. I got my water in one hand. Alright, we got our tasty tonic for nothing. Probably not going to use it again. Probably just going to cook that up and get some fresh juice out of it. The Thunderbolt might come in handy, though. The Power Punch, I don't know if I'll use that. I think I'll probably just sell the Power Punch and Mr. Softener when we get back to Rogueport after we take care of this doppelganger. And, well, Vivian is Vivian at the moment, so... Let's see, we need 39 star points, so if I can get 19 inside of the steeple, I think we'll be good to level up. That might mean taking on some of the swoops, but I think they still give 2 star points, so that will be good if they do. If they don't, well, I hope these boos do. That is 4 boos, and one of them has a mini Mr. Mini, and they have 7 HP if I remember correctly, so I guess let's just do this. Alright, well, we don't want that one to do anything nasty, so let's just do this. Hope that the fire works. Yeah, it does. Good. I mean, I guess the Mini Mr. Mini isn't that big of a deal, but... Oh yeah, they can make themselves invisible as well, so that's no good. Means that one is not going anywhere this turn, but that's fine. It's not a huge deal. And no sleep for that one either. Alright. These boos are restless. It's okay, though. They do give 2, so that's good as well. Oh, and he made his friend invisible. That's fine. I don't know if you can super guard that attack of theirs. It's, it doesn't make contact, so I'm not sure if, even if you did super guard it, I'm not sure if it would do any damage to them. I mean, you would avoid all damage for yourself, but I'm not sure if it would do any damage to them, you know, so. And that little float thing is just to make it so that Koops' day is even worse than it was before, but that's okay. Yeah, these boos give a decent chunk of experience, actually. We're back up to that nice value. I guess I'll take them all on, because that might get us enough experience to not have to go fight the swoops. Oh, there he goes. It's a fancy trick you got there. This is a little more manageable with just the 2 of them. He's immune to most statuses, has 3 actions, a set of actions, an insta-kill AoE move that hurts like hell if it doesn't insta-kill you. He loves inflicting doom when you don't want him to, and he naturally regens HP at the end of the turn on top of having an AoE HP drain move. Like, he doesn't have a ludicrous amount, but he has a lot of actions he can do on his turn. It's online. He can be anywhere in this list of actions. So you can't just prep for turns ahead, so it's random in there. That's just great. That all sounds like a clusterfuck, if I'm being honest. It's like the Super Boss of Digital Devil Saga 1 that I didn't show off. You fight the Demi-Fiend from Nocturne as the Super Boss of DDS 1, and it's only available in New Game Plus. And he has 18,000 HP, but he gets a Mediarahan halfway through the battle, so he effectively has 27,000. I don't know how that guy just floated up being asleep, but that's okay. How did you miss, either? He's above the mists, Mario. Come on now, Vivian. Surely you can hit him. Nope. Your fist was in... I mean, I guess it's a boo. If you're going to miss any of them, I guess it's that guy. And naturally, as you might expect from a video game, the RNG says that I miss all of my moves, but the enemy hits theirs, despite the mist. Makes perfect sense to me. But yeah, so and then the Demi-Fiend also summons his demons that he had, well, some of the stock demons that you could have had if you played Nocturne. And they've all got ridiculous, nasty things that they can do, and occasionally he'll, I think one of his partners puts you to sleep, and then on the turn after they put you to sleep, he uses Gaia Rage. And Gaia Rage in Nocturne is pretty good. It's not incredible, but it's pretty good. It's like really powerful physical attack that hits all enemies, but it has no chance of critting. In Digital Devil Saga, it deals like 4,000 damage to your entire party, which means that even if you get to maximum HP, you can't survive it. The only way to survive it is with that one move that you get from the King Frost fight mantra, where if you're sleeping, you avoid all attacks. So basically, that's how you avoid it, is he puts you to sleep, or his demon puts you to sleep, and then you avoid it. So it's kind of a nasty little thing, but... people have done it, it's just that the fight takes like an hour to do because of the fact that he's always getting healed and you're always getting Dekunda'd and Dekaja'd with your buffs and everything, so it takes a while. I'm not a big fan of it because it takes so long, to be honest. It's one of the reasons why I don't want to do Yasmat when we fight him in 12, because even if we fight him in the Zodiac Age version of 12, that fight still takes a long time without Seitengrat cheese anyway. So... yeah, that's why people tease him. That boss is a bitch, exactly. Yeah, that fight is long, and that's one of the reasons why I'm not doing it. At the very least, the fight with Satan in Digital Devil Saga 2 is a little bit less long, and it's a little more merciful. Hey, look, another bingo. I'm doing good with that today. It's a little more mercifully short. It's a lot more, like, intense, I think, because there's a lot going on that you have to keep track of in the Satan fight in DDS2, but... at the very least, it only takes about 20 minutes by comparison to, like, an hour. So... it took you half an hour without Seitengrat cheese at 4 times speed. Yeah, I believe that, actually. It's, that fight is... it takes the wind out of you, that's for sure. It's one of the reasons why people used to use auto gambits to beat him. You probably don't need them anymore because you can, you know, go to 4 times speed and then just... it's just a matter of making sure you don't drop the ball in that half an hour, but... yeah, he's just a sponge. It's one of the things I have to give Final Fantasy XIV in terms of its depiction of Yasmat. Like, normally I'm not a big fan of the way that 14 depicts, especially in more recent expansions, the way that it depicts villains and bosses from previous games. But the Yasmat from 14, I will fight that any day of the week by comparison to the Yasmat from 12. The Yasmat from 12 can suck my dick. It's not fun to fight in any capacity. Let's get rid of the Boo, because the swoopers are a little easier to fight, so... I'll tell you why some of the fights have been going south since I got Vivian, though. It's probably mostly because of the fact that I haven't been using star power, because I'm like, oh, I got a partner, I can figure this all out. And it doesn't necessarily mean anything, so... I'm slightly early on my timing there. It's okay. It'll give me an excuse to use Sweet Treat or something else, so... first thing, though... Actually, not first thing. Let's use Sweet Treat right now. He isn't hard. His HP is too high. Yeah, that's true. Oop. Okay. What do we got here? There we go. There's another poison mushroom in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I missed another flower because of you. Vivian, I hope you're not superstitious. That's an interesting Sweet Treat we got there. We got everything we needed, though, out of it, so that's good. But yeah, it's just when she's rising out of the ground that you do the what's it called, the stylish for it. I am glad I finally got the super guard on that guy, because that was getting a little annoying that I wasn't getting that. He's so slow moving, you'd think it wouldn't be a big deal, but apparently my brain wants to make it a big deal. And we're almost back to our Sweet Treat at this point, too, so that's good. I might pick up another Golden Leaf while I'm here, because it's actually, like I said before, it's actually kind of decent for recipe making, so... It's even better in the Japanese version, though. I actually learned this the other day. As it turns out, in the Japanese version of Thousand Year Door, if you cook a mushroom and a golden leaf, or a turtley leaf, with zesty, after this chapter, once you give her the cookbook, you can actually make a life shroom for basically like 5 coins, because it's just the price of the mushroom, and that's all you have to pay. It's pretty ridiculous, and it's way easier. I can see why they took it out, because it's like it's way easier than paying the 40 to 50 coins you normally pay in order to get a life shroom, so... That's one of those things that I can understand. Thank you, Pretty Lucky. And now we just take care of this guy. But yeah, we'll be in good shape for our star point totals for the actually getting to level 14. And we didn't even need to get those Amazy Daisies in order to do it, so that's good. Alright, up and out here. You hid from Yasma whenever auto gambits are failing you, and while he can hit you with magic, it's not as bad as getting hit 20 times by his auto attacks after Growing Threat. Also, fuck Growing Threat. Yeah, Growing Threat is kind of a dick move. There's a lot of dick moves in Final Fantasy XII's enemy system, honestly. Like, Growing Threat is a bitch to deal with. ATB Charge 0 is a bitch to deal with. Just their defense boost that skyrockets their defense when they're under 25% HP just to fuck with you is also kind of a bitch to deal with, especially like later on in the game when your quickenings are not good enough to deal with that. Like, there's a lot of dick moves that 12 does in some of its later boss fights. Again, it's one of the reasons why I usually just prefer doing the hunts in order by rank, because when you get above rank 5 hunts in that game, they start getting bullshit. And it's just like how... It's not even really a test of skill at that point. It's how much patience do you have to deal with this bullshit. And, I mean, I have patience, but do I have patience to tolerate the game basically throwing a slot machine at me and saying, yes, this slot machine is rigged entirely against you. You cannot possibly win unless you get through with a fluke. No, I don't have tolerance for that kind of bullshit. It's okay. People say 12 is just Star Wars. It's never how hard 12 can be. It's just that it's like Star Wars. Yeah, I'd say 2 is the closest to Star Wars out of any of the games, though, to be honest. And I think you and I both know that. 12 has its moments where it's got some similarities, but I think it's mostly because people look at Judge Gabrant and they go, Darth Vader! And it's like, no, look at the Dark Knight from 2. That's a little more closer to it because he actually behaves like Darth Vader in personality. And also, I'm pretty sure the developers have gone on record saying they were influenced by Star Wars when it came to 2. But whatever. It's like arguing with a brick wall sometimes on the internet, and I don't want to do that, you know. Alright, well, I think we're good on our setup. Once we go up here, we'll be fighting the boss, so let's get to it, Vivian. It's me again! I had a feeling this is where you'd try to hide. Sounds like a plan. Let's do this! Oh, great. Now he's pretending to be me. And they're all buying it! I thought we were friends! You assholes! Oh my god. Well then, good. You won't attack me then, will you? No, they'll still attack you. So he'll cycle through your partners in this battle. Even though, again, it makes no fucking sense because I've never actually talked before this audibly. All the people that I've talked to have just told me what I just told them when I put my hand up. But, whatever. He's also not acting like me, so that's fun. Oh yeah, I guess I should have mentioned, yeah, it's a me. And you've seen me before, haven't you? Yeah, I probably... If I had been able to say my name before this, I probably should have explained that part, shouldn't I? Is this going to be a problem? Well, I wouldn't feel like an idiot. You've been a decent help, anyway. I mean, look in the mirror, buddy. You're about to have a fight with Goombella once we get done with you. I'm about to be grabbed by the ghoulies, though. The ghoulie is in my body. He's already grabbing me. So yeah, Vivian actually won't help you with this fight. So you have to fight Dupless in Mario's body and Goombella, and again, he'll cycle through your partners as they die. So once you deplete their HP, he'll go to the next one, the next one, the next one. And that's not good. But basically, you want to keep Goombella out the whole fight. Just go for Dupless himself. So. Imagine if Dupless also had access to your Crystal Star abilities. Don't even think that. Yeah, that would suck. I'd be very... That would make this fight actually really tricky, to be honest. I'd be a lot more inclined to get more HP and stuff. Or try to immunize myself to immobilization somehow. Probably work out about as well as immunizing yourself to statuses in Final Fantasy IX, though. Still trying to unlock the fucking Rosetta Stone that is that game's ability system, and it's a goddamn nightmare, but I'll talk about that later when we have more time. The devs have also gone on record saying that the end of 3 is the worst part. You feel vindicated. There you go. No, it's just because they're too stupid to know that you're not me, so we'll just see what we can do. Anyway, he's got the same stats as he did in the original fight, and this time he can actually damage you, and you can actually damage him. So let's see if we can take him, shall we? I don't want to power lift just yet, if I can afford not to. So this will do 6, and so will spin jump. I guess I'll use power smash because... Oh no, I don't need to get more stylish actually, so I guess I'll just use spin jump. That's fine. Think you're pretty lucky. I definitely fucked up the timing on that one. But yeah, Goombella is probably the easiest partner to deal with in this fight because she just head bonks over and over again. She can multi-bonk you, but yeah, it's not really a big deal. Thank you again, pretty lucky. I'm doing pretty good at the moment. Could it be? Yeah, Vivian decided to help us after all. Awesome. I'm surprised, considering your past, but that's good. Have the courage, Vivian. That's all you need. Let's take him, then. So yeah, now she'll actually join you for real, so now you can power lift. You could have done it before, but then she doesn't get the lift, so I would rather do it now when she can help me out with it, you know. And then we'll just gun for Dupless until his 28 HP runs out, and then we're good to go. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, never mind, I got it. Oh my god, look at all these red arrows. Uh-oh. Give me that one. There we go. +4! 7 damage with Shade Fist. Perfect. That will help a lot, actually. This fight will be over and before I run out of power left. Very nice. Alright. Let's see what else you guys can do. I mean, can he even have his guard up? Look at how much he's panting over there. Like, how do you put up your dukes when you're winded like a chain smoker? Seriously, it's like an hour of shit in the DS remake with no save points. You wiped in that part so much. Dragons and Circus Tower in 14 had you screaming. Yeah, the PTSD I'm sure would come back at that point. That's why like I said, when I played through the PSP version and when we play through it for the stream, first of all, I'll be using a Ranger because Ranger is absurdly OP in the 3D version of Final Fantasy III. And second of all, I'll be making 3 trips through. 1 trip to go through Eureka, 1 trip to get all the treasure in Crystal Tower and then come back out, and 1 trip to go through the tower without having to worry about going down all the side paths. And that 3rd trip will only take like 25 minutes to get through the entire Ancient's Maze and the entirety of Crystal Tower, as you'll find out. So it'll be a lot easier. Damage dodge will help us out quite a bit in this fight as well, because there's her multi-bonk, by the way, but it's got an attack power of like 2 or something, so you just keep guarding and you'll be fine. So this spin jump will do, let's see, it does 2 and 4, plus 4 would mean 6 and 8, so this is going to do 14. Goodbye, Dupless. Power lift is ridiculous. Don't let nobody tell you different. It's easily my favorite star move in the game because it's just atrocious how overpowered it can make you if you gun specifically for the attack power stuff. And that's what you get from messing with the best. Yeah, like I said, 20 more star points. That gets us another level. And now we're exactly where I want to be in terms of levels, which is good. And at this level, I think I want health. Let me see. Yes, I want health. So we're going to end this chapter 25, 15, 27. That's not too bad. I'm probably going to work more on FP in a little bit, but we'll get there. Let's get this first. Not that I really need it that badly, unless I'm fighting more daisies, but, you know. So much for your disguise! Do the other partners have anything special to say when Dupless goes down? I think it's mostly a variation of the same thing. Like, I don't think that Koops or Speedy are going to go, you know, make that eek sound effect, but it's probably something more like, "No, Mario!" or something like that, but it's probably some variation of what just happened there, basically. I think the thumbnail's coming up here in a second, so let me just turn chat off real quick. Got to reach over a little more now that I've got my new seating arrangement here. I'm back! And you, sir, are having a bit of a problem. Yeah, no kidding. Don't think that you can just, you know, walk around here and put curses on people and then just, oh, you're a killjoy. Well, then stop being a jackass. No, it was not the real Mario. You guys need to get the whole... You did get Shellwink. Need to, you know... You're acting like you have a hole in your heads at this point. Oh, boy. Well... I'll turn chat back on because I think that's got a thumbnail for us. At least all's well that ends well, right? And I didn't even damage you guys, so... She is, but... Well, first of all of y'all were unavailable. And second of all, she needed help and she was having a bad time. Should we explain this here, or... She's okay. That's the point. She's one of us now. Don't worry about it. Well, thank you for understanding, everybody, because she's going to be coming along with us now, so... I think we'll take you along. You can be very useful, so... She's actually one of the better offensive partners in the game as well, so... Kind of lame, but understandable. Yeah, it's, you know, they didn't really... I guess they didn't expect you to really fight your partners, you know, because, I mean, you could, but there's no experience gain for it. Like, even if you knocked out Goombella, you don't get more star points out of doing it, so... You only get star points out of knocking out the actual bad guy in the fight. But yeah, Vivian has joined our party for real now, and we can actually go and get her powered up now as well, so that's good. And now, we can take the star and actually get an attack out of it. How nice. And this time we got the Ruby Crystal Star for real. Our star power is now 5, and we learn one of the most powerful special moves in the game, Art Attack. We'll talk about that one in just a little bit. It's very expensive to use star power-wise, but that's the end of the chapter. For real this time. It's actually the end of Chapter 4. Mario defeated the rogue who had stolen his name and appearance, and that Dupless guy probably not going to be a problem much longer now. Now Mario has 4 Crystal Stars. That leaves a mere 3 more to find. And that means his quest to collect all the Crystal Stars is more than half over. Actually, it's just about halfway over now because of the fact that once you get all the Crystal Stars, there's still that one last chapter. So, couple that with the fact that we have to go through the Pit of 100 Trials up to floor 50. And we might be at the halfway point at this point, but I'm thinking it's going to be more like 18 streams. 19 with the bonus episode, all things said and done, so. Offering Crystal Star, Vivian's best girl. She's pretty good, yeah. 7 Chaos Emerald? Sorry, I had to. No, that's okay. It's about the same. There's usually 7 MacGuffins of power. It just seems to be the power number for these sorts of games, so. Now Mario heads off toward his next adventure with his new friend, Vivian. But what about Beldam and Marilyn? And what became of the doppelganger, Dupless? Find out right now. Because as soon as the curtains open here, they're going to show us what's going on with those jackasses before we go to the interlude, if I remember correctly. Or the curtains could just fade into a white void. That also works. Yeah, but you two went off to take a siesta. I don't think you have any right to complain about where she went. Oh. Okay, bye. Let's hope that's not indicative of something. Let's hope none of them get any ideas. Meanwhile, at the X-Naut Fortress, what have you researched? And what has it told you? Oh, the seal is weakening on the door? That's not good. Let's hope the seal doesn't weaken all the way before we get all the Crystal Stars. We gotta reseal that place. Excuse me. Hopefully that's something the Crystal Stars can do as well. Well, we'll find out. Yeah, but the Shadow Sirens didn't exactly do a good job of that in this particular chapter, now did they? We even got some new employment for one of them. Employed for us. Do I share my coins with my partners in this game? I suppose that would be why Mario's broke by the next game, because he had to give away the coins and stuff that he has, so. We might want to go see Grifty to talk about this power that slept for a millennium that Grotus is talking about, actually, because Grifty seemed to know a lot about the history of Rogueport and what the Thousand-Year Door has going on in it. I'm kind of hesitant to go see Grifty, though, to be honest with you, because I feel like, in a way, Grifty's stories are kind of spoilery for the entire game's plot, like, before you get that information yourself, but maybe I'll go see her anyway. Or them. I actually don't know if it's a she, but. None can stop me. Mario just stomps on his head and breaks his computer console. One can stop me. Need to make tea. Alright, sounds like a plan, Marie. We'll see you in a little bit. We're going to do these interludes, and then probably we'll finish up the stream. So I might be online again when you get back, and I might not. We'll find out. A perfect world. A world all about me. That only sounds perfect for one person. You. I don't think I like this perfect world of his. Oh, good. They just walked me right there without me even having to go here today. Oh, my God. Yeah, well, I mean, we haven't sang yet, so. Well, I know that, but. That one was obvious from the part where you were, you know, talking about, I don't understand the concept of love, but apparently my circuitry does. Well, that depends. Does your order directly contradict with the protecting a critical person part? It is a bit of a conundrum. Sounds kind of like what Cyrus wanted in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Yeah, kind of, actually, now that you mention it. He basically wanted to collapse the world to zero and rebuild it from scratch for him, so that's about right. Seems like it was a bit of a trend for Nintendo at this point, because that game was probably starting its development right around when this game came out, so... That's probably part of the love circuitry there, man, but anyway. A quiz. Okay. Are we gonna have the dumb game show host's Thwomp guy again? No, this one is a lot more boring of a quiz. We just have to answer the questions with no quiz show music. And if we answer 5 questions, we can use the communicator. Okay. Well, he's masking him exposing the plot to us in the form of a quiz, as it turns out, because here's the first question. What will happen if you collect 7 crystal stars? The 1,000-year door opens, I think. Yes. Okay. Second question is, what is the goal of Grotus, the leader of the X-Nauts? He wants to conquer the world. I mean, I'm inclined to say become a superhero, but that's a little too good for him, so to conquer the world. I mean, he'd have the superhero get-up, although he looks a little more like a super villain, so... I mean, I guess it could be one or the other. Third question. What is the legendary treasure that waits behind the 1,000-year door? Yeah, don't spoil the whole train of thought, because if you expose what he's actually doing here, Princess, he'll have to stop the quiz, so just answer it. 100 million coins. Boy, that sounds like fun. There is an extremely rare badge behind the 1,000-year door, but that's because it's in the final dungeon. What's actually... The treasure is not the rare badge. The treasure, as it turns out, is a 1,000-year-old demon soul, as we found out from Grifty a couple chapters ago. I don't know how Peach would know that, but there you go. Maybe she's been doing some research in her off time. Fourth question. What does Sir Grotus wish to do with this ancient demon's soul? I mean, I'd be down to hang out with it, I guess, but I don't think we have any, you know, pot or anything to hang out with it so that it feels a little more mellow. Probably just wants to bring the demon back to life. Fifth and final potential question. What is required to seal up the demon again? We need probably the crystal stars, I would imagine. I mean, it could be a magic spell, I guess, but I don't know about a legendary sword. I don't know if Nintendo would let me have one of those in this game. This isn't The Legend of Zelda. Probably the crystal stars, which would explain why we need to gather them, because that's how you make the seal again, is using the crystal stars. So as it turns out, the seal is weakening, but we can fix it. We just need to use the crystal stars to do that. In the form of a quiz, he didn't tell you anything, technically. He asked you the question, you answered it, and then he told you you were correct. So that was a little bit crafty on Tech's part. He's a clever computer, this one. I suppose they did program him to be that clever, though, so, you know. But yeah, not a whole lot to this Peach interlude. It's kind of just the quiz, and that's it, so. I mean, yeah, but at the very least, he gave you more info than you had before this. Alright, I'm sick of this Peach stuff. Let's get to the good things. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's go back to Bowser's interlude, because the last Bowser interlude did not have a Bowser level. So that means this one will have a Bowser level. I hope. Oh, good. Tell me he's going to try to take the blimp. That is everything I need to see in my life. Well, weren't you guys just there? Couldn't you have gotten the secret, like, while you were there, and then you wouldn't have had to, you know, re-ride the cheap blimp? Uh-huh. Sure. And a deluded old hag! I'll just get out of there, Mr. Cheap Cheap. That is one conductor saying all aboard before the train leaves. Oh my god. I don't know if it's worth going to chase after him? Bowser? Where'd he go? You go beat up Don Pianta for a blimp ticket? Ah, no, because why would he need a blimp ticket when he has the clown car? I don't know if it's actually called a clown car, but that's what I've always called it, so. Alright, fair enough. We'll just let Cammy take the blimp then, because, I mean, she could probably use the rest anyway on her broom. Like, that thing probably doesn't get the best gas mileage. So, you know. Alright, well, that's fair enough, too. She is going to take it easy and go for a slow ride. You might have wanted to do that, Bowser, but I don't know if the blimp would even fit you, to be fair, so... Oh, and he even broke her quote-unquote walking stick. Well, I guess you're getting on the blimp now. That is a hell of a name for your lunch. Okay, fair enough. Alright, well, Bowser's gonna find out that Glitzville is in need of a new fighter, I suppose, once he gets there. If he gets there at all. You didn't forget to refuel before you went on that thing, did you? You fucking idiot. Oh my god. Gas mileage doesn't her broom use your magic to fly? That's true, so I guess she has a renewable resource of fuel, doesn't she? Apparently Bowser does not have that, though. But yeah, the second Bowser level is underwater, so... I don't know how this is gonna go, but we'll see. He can actually burn things while he's underwater, though, so that's good, I guess. Gotta watch out for the bloopers, though. They will make your life a bit of a living hell. As they normally do. That's okay, though. We should get an invincibility thing off of this particular power-up right here. Yep, there we go. Now we just bounce our way to victory. The invincibility doesn't last forever, though. It only lasts... I think it's like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that. So yeah, it's out now, so I'm not fully invincible at this point, but... I could also just break the pipe on my way out, so that's fun. How do I get out of here now? Well, I guess I go down here. There we go. I'm surprised that spring actually managed to get me here. Spring has got quite a bit of spring in its step, that's for sure. Is this gonna hold me? No, it's not, but that will. Good. Because that was almost bad. Well, I guess I'll just stand out here then. Freezing from all the water I just sucked in. Blech. And just like that, you ended up exactly where you started. I told you should have taken the blimp, you big jackass. Oh my god. I can't believe that all these people are just like... I guess it makes sense that they're all super spooked because it's Bowser, but... I didn't know they would know who he is considering they live here. I guess he's a little popular. Speaking of popular, it looks like Cammy's gotten in with the popular crowd with Rockhawk back at Glitzville. So... since he's soggy, where do you think he's been? In the ocean. Having a grand old time. Oh my god. This is gonna go over like a lead balloon with Bowser, I'll tell you that much. Cammy, does it look like he had fun? Swimming? In the ocean? Oh, that was a loaded... No! He did not have fun swimming in the ocean. It's a loaded question. You swallowed a blooper? That must have happened while you were invincible. What the hell, man? Oh, these two crazy kids. Always good for a laugh, that Bowser, though. Especially in these games. Mostly in the RPGs, to be honest. It's where he's more of a laugh. I mean, he's played up for laughs sometimes in the platformers, too, but more often than not, he's actually like, made up to be the antagonist in those ones, so he doesn't have as much screen time to get a laugh out of you. In these games, he usually has the screen time to get a laugh out of you, especially when he's not the main villain, so... Yeah, I don't understand how you guys were fooled by him. He doesn't have my posture, he doesn't have my swagger, he doesn't even have my eyeballs. But whatever. I guess I did just meet you guys, so... No, it's fine. It's never happened to me before, and it'll never happen again, so it's no big deal. Well, that's what they tell me. You're welcome. Glad to hear it. Yes, actually, we do need to get back to Rogueport, because we've got something to give to a friend of ours there, on top of the Shine Sprites that we have to upgrade Vivian, so... Do I want any more Thunder Rages before we go, though? I have a Thunderbolt. Yeah, I might go grab one, actually. Or two, actually, I'll go grab, because... Yeah, it can't hurt, right? So we'll grab a couple Thunder Rages with our 571 coins. And then after that, we'll head back to town. We'll go upgrade Vivian with Merlin, and then I'm going to go take care of one trouble before we go today. And it's a specific trouble that we already have the solution for, so... Welcome back, Marie. We beat Dupless, and then we did the interludes with Peach and Bowser. Peach got a quiz so that Tech could stealthily give us information without actually giving us information by forcing Peach to answer the questions where the information is. And we did a Bowser level. It was an underwater level, and there wasn't really much to it, but it was fun, as usual. Bowser went swimming in the ocean, not by choice. So that's just great for him. I think if I remember right, you can actually use Thunder Rages in a recipe as well, but I don't remember what you use it in, so... Yeah, that's fair. I've learned a lot about teamwork from Superstar Saga and this game, so... And then we'll go to Super Mario RPG, and we'll get even more teamwork, because there's 3 party members in that one instead of just 2. What do I want to store? We'll keep the Thunderbolt. I'll use that in a little bit. Let's store the Golden Leaf, because I won't need that for anything except... you know, cooking. And let's sell. What do I want to sell? The Power Punch and the Mr. Softener. It won't give us much for the coin value, but I don't really need them, so. Again, not a big fan of softening enemies in this game. Usually I just prefer to power lift myself up, because by the time I'm done being power lifted, especially at level 20 and above, by the time I'm done being power lifted, I've got all of my star power back anyway, you know, so. Bowser apparently swallowed a blooper while swimming as well. Yes, he did. And when Cammy told him what a good time she had in Glitzville, which was where he was going when his clown car ran out of gas, he torched her everything, basically. So that's just great. Oh yeah, and there's that one section in Rogueport. There's like a house that has a tube mode thing that we can do, isn't there? We can go check that out as well, I guess, while we're doing this. We'll go for not a little length. It'll probably be closer to like 2 hours and 55 minutes by the time we're done, which is just fine, but, you know. Distinctly possible. This is her ringtone that I set for her, so let's see. My dear Mario, I have finally learned what the legendary treasure is. It is the spirit of a demon. The X-Nauts plan to revive this 1,000-year-old monster and use its power to take over the world. They're collecting the crystal stars so they can open the 1,000-year door. They'll find this demon's spirit, but the only thing that can keep it locked away is the crystal stars themselves. You must not let them get the crystal stars. Please, Mario, you must put a stop to their horrible plans. Princess Peach. Vivian, did you know anything about this by any chance? You were working for the enemy at some point. Apparently not, because she didn't really have much to say about that. Well, that's fine, I guess. Alright, Speedy, glad to have you back. Let's get it moving. Go this way. And I think, how much room do I have in my inventory? Oh, quite a bit, actually. I'd like to buy a few things while I'm down here, just so I don't have to come back down here once I give Zesty the cookbook that we just got in the thing there. So, let's go to the shop while we're here. It's over here, right? Oh no, that's the bar. This is the shop. Okay. I got the two confused. And I think if I remember right, I want to buy some gradual syrup, so I'm going to buy 4 of these. So there's that. And I don't remember what we mixed them with, but apparently they turn into some really good stuff when you mix them with. I think it's cake mix, actually. If you mix cake mix and a gradual syrup, it turns into a really solid healing item that'll actually do quite a lot for us at this point in the game, so. Oh good, they haven't even gotten new enemies around here just yet. Let's just get out of here. I don't feel like fighting for 1 star point. But we can't, we currently don't have enough inventory space to actually cook the gradual syrup, so I'll probably put a few of them away for when I actually do need to do that. Or I'll just sell the Thunderbolt. I guess I could do that too. But before we give the cookbook to Zesty, we actually can't give it to Zesty until we take the trouble that she set up on the board after Chapter 4 was over. So before we do that, let's take Vivian out. We'll go power her up. I guess I'll see what Charlieton has, because why not? Oh good, another email. Probably another Rogueport news. He's got a Mega Rush, which I guess could be okay if you ever got to, you know, really low. Peril is only at 1 HP, so you'd have to be really, really careful with your HP in order to use Mega Rush properly. And now that I took both of these out of my notes, he's now selling both Jumpman and Hammerman at the same time, so that's just great. Basically, Jumpman and Hammerman, they allow you to use more power on the specific command that they're talking about, Jump or Hammer, but you can't use the other command. Usually later on in the game, especially once you get the treasure from down in that spike room in Rogueport Sewers, Jump is better than Hammer because you can jump on spike enemies, you can jump on fiery enemies later on as well. I think the only thing you can't jump on is electrified enemies later on, but I don't think anything explicitly becomes electrified on the first turn of battle, so. I can buy them, that's true, I do have the coins for them. I do want to invest some money into that Ratatouille at the dock, though, before I forget, so. I guess I can sell badges to get some money back, so. Oh, what the hell, I'll buy them. You can't get them for any lower of a price than this, even though he says it's unbelievably low. So, yeah, I'll buy it. That's fine. I'll get them both even, because I have the money for it. And then I don't have to worry about it if I ever want to use them for some reason. I don't know if I'll have the spare badge points for them, though, with my current setup, but I guess I could unequip a damage dodge or something to use them. Nope, I'm good now. Yep, will do. I won't need to shop at you ever again now, but, you know, there you go. Yeah, I can sell quite a few of these badges now. Although I think I need to rejig my badge setup because I kind of need to have everything on there that I had before, including Quick Change, which I don't currently have equipped. So I'll have to fix a few things here, as you can see. I'll do it probably off-screen in between episodes. I'll just fix everything. So. But let's power up Vivian while we're at it. I guess I'm talking to Merlin backwards. As it turns out, I'm a magician as well. Vivian, let's get you powered up, shall we? I think if I remember correctly, the quote-unquote curse that we got from Merly down in the sewers, the special one, I think it tells you when it runs out. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm pretty sure you get a notification letting you know you have to go get another one. So, I forget if that's how it is, though. But we'll find out. Maybe. Or maybe we won't, because it won't give me a notification. I don't know. Alright, let's take that specific trouble I was talking about. It is down here. As it turns out, Zest-T is seeking a legendary book. There's also a question mark one here, but we'll figure that one out in a little bit. I want you to go find the legendary cookbook for me. It's in a pretty scary place, so there's no way an old gal like me could get it alone. She's probably right, those daisies would kill her. Please come to my house in Rogueport Square for details. As it turns out, we already have the book, so we won't even have to do any legwork for this one. Thank you, Tube Mode. How many coins do I have now? 123. I can still make an investment with Ratatouille. Is that his name? That's his species name. I don't think that's his actual name. I can still make an investment with him at the docks, but I might want to go grab... I'm going to go sell the Thunderbolt, and I might want to put away a couple of the gradual syrups so I can actually get some cake mix and show off the item I was talking about there. Super Luigi, Book 1, super popular, now on sale. So probably you could read Luigi's stories without even having to talk to him if you buy that, so that's fun. I don't know where Luigi is at the moment, but he might be at the docks, so we'll go check in with him in a little bit. Let's see, so sell the Thunderbolt, only gonna get me 4 coins, but that's fine. Not really a big deal. No, I think I'm good now. I'll keep the Tasty Tonic, like I said. I'll make some fresh juice, because I think you can make that with the Tasty Tonic. Let's store some gradual syrup. Do I have any... why did I put those two in there specifically? Do I have any cake mix in there, by any chance? I forget. I have some golden leaves, ultra shroom, life shroom. I guess I could take my life insurance out when I'm ready for it. No, I do not. Okay, that's fine. I'll go get some. I don't remember how many Piantas I have, but I'll go get some. But first, let's go give the cookbook to Zest-T so she can actually, you know, use it for what it's useful for. Hey, Zesty, I hear you're looking for a cookbook. I did, yeah. All right, what do you got? Maitre Delish, huh? Well, that's a catchy name. Easy way for people to remember them. Oh, okay, huh. That's a bit of a shame. I would think that Rogueport might have a library or something, but in a town like this, I don't know. So, I wonder if Dupless actually had this copy or if it was somebody else. Like, there were I mean, obviously there were other heroes in the world before this, so maybe one of the heroes used to live in Creepy Steeple, and they were the one that had this book. I don't know. I gotcha. As a matter of fact, I already have the book. But I would actually like you to cook this Tasty Tonic so I can see if it cooks up into a fresh juice. So let's do that. And then once she's done cooking, I'll just give her the book. And then we'll go grab some cake mix. I think I have enough piantas to buy one more now. But we'll see. And then we'll combine the cake mix with the gradual syrup so I can see what's going on with it. Oh, we got a mistake. Oh, actually, now I can show you the thing that I said before this with the shopkeeper and what he says about the mistake. So let me go do that, and then I'll give the cookbook to Zesty. As a matter of fact, while I'm out here, I'll go get the cake mix as well, since we're going to use that. And then, like I said, in between episodes, I'll go cook up a bunch of stuff, and you know, we'll go from there. Let me sell my mistake. I kind of wish that I had this for the thumbnail, though. Although, you know what I could do is I could hold on to the mistake so that this could be the thumbnail for the next episode. I don't know why, but just seeing him say, "I'll pay you 1 coin for your mistake," it's just funny to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'll keep it so I can make it the thumbnail for the next episode, because I already know what the thumbnail is going to be for this one, so. You're going to waste time grinding out the burn for the orchestrion roll, because you are that against buying it off the market board. How much is it on the market board anyway? I imagine it's probably decently expensive considering it's a pretty damn good song, but I can't say I blame you for getting it out of the actual dungeon. I really like the dungeon too, and I like its aesthetics, so honestly, it doesn't bother me that I would have to grind for it. I don't have to personally, I already got the roll, but you know. It's there in case you want to. Hey Lala, how many piantas do I have? I had 9, okay good. I can cook the thing I wanted to cook, good. The cheapest one is 40k, the most expensive is almost 100k. You didn't get it last time, you're sad. I can imagine. Well, hopefully you get it this time. But yeah, 40k is actually quite a bit for an orchestrion roll. It must be one of the upper echelon ones, you know, one of the higher level ones that people like for their houses and stuff. Let's trade for some cake mix. Yes, please. No, I'm good. I only got 3, so that would be good. I'll have to buy the other ones with coins, so I guess I'll have an excuse to actually use up my coins, because I gotta give some to that Ratatouille at the dock, which I'll probably do before this episode is over. And then I'll have to go sell some stuff and, you know, reorganize my inventory. I'll grab some items so that I can, you know, I can get some other stuff. My money, just like that, has vanished because I bought 2 badges. It's okay, though. Usually I prefer to do that with my money where it's not like it's just sitting there, you know. So I did, in fact, find the cookbook. I didn't even have to do any legwork for it. I'm glad it's the one that we were looking for. It's better than it not being the one we were looking for, so. What do you see? Let's find out. Apparently, she's been heavily inspired. Let's hope it doesn't turn into another mistake, but, you know, it'd be kind of funny if it did. Answers is 75k right now on your server. That's a lot for one roll. Yeah. I mean, I can see it with Answers, though, because that's kind of like almost the game's, practically the game's theme song, you know? So, it's probably why it's so expensive for people. A lot of people like that song. Ah, okay. Brilliant, brilliant! So now, she can use recipes that have 2 ingredients in them, and as it turns out, the one that she just made, the honey shroom, is your reward. It restores 5 HP and 5 FP, so it's basically, you can combine 2 things into 1 inventory slot, essentially, and then you can use them on only 1 turn. You don't have to use them on 2. Sometimes you won't need the HP, and sometimes you won't need the FP, but still, it's good for inventory management, and that's why I like it. Well, you do that, then. You solved the trouble, that's good, and now she can cook recipes with 2 ingredients. And one of them that I'd like to use is going to be one of our go-to healing items for probably the rest of the game, as it turns out. So let's use cake mix first. I don't know if the order matters, but I think it does. So I'm going to use cake mix first and then gradual syrup. And then she'll cook up both, and we'll see what it turns into. I'm pretty sure that's the recipe anyway. We'll find out in a second, because if it explodes in her face, well, that's not a good thing. There's a couple other things you can make that are pretty good too. Just cooking the Ultra Shroom by itself turns into a pretty powerful healing item as well. So I'll show that in a minute. Well, good. What do you got? A Zest Cookie. This restores 15 HP and 15 FP, and like I said, it is a really solid healing item that we'll probably use for the rest of the game, because even in the end game, this restores almost 50% of my maximum planned HP. I'm planning on having 35 HP and 30 FP, so it'll restore like 45% of my maximum HP and 50% of my maximum FP. So if we need good burst healing, this is really good. It's not as good as an Ultra Shroom being cooked by itself, but still, in terms of HP. Can you use cooked items as ingredients like the honey mushroom you just got? Yes, you can. Certain recipes allow you to use cooked items as the actual part of the recipe. I can even show you one right now because I have the required materials for it. So let me go show you. Let's put a couple things away. Like, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to get an Ultra Shroom, the Turtley Leaf, and the Horsetail out. So I guess I need 3 item slots. So let's go here. We'll withdraw. I want an Ultra Shroom. I think you can also use the Golden Leaf for the recipe that I'm thinking of here, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I know the Turtley Leaf and the Horsetail work, though, so we're going to use those. Thank you. And when he says use it wisely after withdrawing, that means you're out of inventory space, so that's why that's like that. Just in case you're wondering. It is pretty cool, yeah. It lets you... this is when cooking really opens up in the game, because it lets you really experiment with all the different ingredients and see what works and doesn't work, you know? So... I like it. It's fun. It's fun to experiment around with this stuff, you know. Alright, so we're just going to steep an Ultra Shroom because this is also another healing item that I'm going to use throughout the game, but I'll use it to effectively make a Mega Elixir here. So let's not use another ingredient here. Just cook the Ultra Shroom by itself. And this will make 1 item for our mixture here. And then the Turtley Leaf and Horsetail will cook up into another item, and then if we combine them both together, we get Captain Planet. Except in a healing item, so. Basically. Oh no, I'll like it. You just steeped a mushroom for me and steamed it. We got a shroom steak, and yes, that's a really solid healing item. 30 HP, it's almost an X potion, basically. So, yeah, it's pretty damn good. It also gives you 10 FP as almost icing on the cake, basically. So, there you go. Hey Nitro, welcome back. How you doing? Yes, I'm still streaming. I'm showing off the wonders of cooking in Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, and that's going to be the end of the episode once I'm done. So I've got about like 3 or 4 minutes left. You caught me right at the end. So let's see. I think it's Turtley Leaf and Horsetail. Let me see here. I can look at the strategy guide because it has all the recipes in it. So yeah, shit. Yeah, it's okay. You got here though. That's the important part. Yes, shop list and Zest Tea's menu is over here, if I can ever get the things undone. Okay, Turtley Leaf first, then Horsetail. I don't know if they work in the opposite order, but I do know it works in this order, so that's how we're going to do it. So cook those up. Of course, you show up right as it's about to end. That's okay, Nitro. Again, you got here, that's the important part. I appreciate you getting here, so... Now, this recipe is free, remember that. As long as you're willing to do the legwork by going to Petalburg and then Petal Meadows to get the Horsetail and the Turtley Leaf, you can just make this as many times as you want, and here's what you get out of it. A healthy salad. It restores 15 FP, and it cures status ailments, so it's effectively a better fresh juice, which is pretty damn good, actually. It's, like I said, it's basically just a straight upgrade to the fresh juice, so if you're willing to put in the legwork, there you go. Am I willing to put in the legwork? Not really. I don't really need it, to be honest. That's what the cookies and stuff are for. I just need it for status curing, so that's why I usually just stick with fresh juice. It's easier to get. So, anyway, we got a shroom steak and a healthy salad. Let's combine the two together and see what Zest Tea can come up with. Excuse me. I think you have to do it in this order as well, the shrimp steak and then the healthy salad like that. So, let's see what you got. Your legs are sore as fuck, and you look like a ninja on crack whenever you're walking around now. Well, that must mean things are working out for your workout, though, because if you're sore, that means it's working, so. As long as it doesn't start hurting in your bones, that wouldn't be good, especially at your age. If you have hurt in your bones at your age, that's a problem, and you need to talk to your doctor. Oh, it's a good recipe, too, because we got that fancy thing of light back there, too. Let's see what you got. A Zest Deluxe. This is probably the best single healing item you can get in the game. Granted, it costs 200 coins because you have to buy an Ultra Shroom in order to make it, but once you use it, it restores 40 HP and 40 FP, which is absurd. That's a lot of healing. You will never need this much healing in the vast majority of situations. It's basically a Mega Elixir. But, hey, it's there, and I wanted to demonstrate it, so yeah, there you go. Well, we cut down our inventory a little bit, so that's good. We'll keep the mistake so I can sell it next time and use it for the thumbnail. And before we go, before I forget, let's go invest in Ratatouille's business, shall we? Give him a little bit of money for his oil enterprises. Do I want to invest more than that, though? Because if I do, I guess I could invest more next time. I'm just afraid I'll forget next time, though, to be honest, so I don't want to do too much. Let's just go invest, and then I'll go from there. I have to sort through my inventory anyway and cook up some other dishes in between episodes. Your bones are good, but damn, that soreness stings like a bitch. Yeah, well, at the very least, the bones are good. That's the important part. Oh, he's gone. Well, I guess I'm not investing in Ratatouille now, am I? There you go. Alright, well, anyway, now that that is over with, I guess we'll go look at another trouble, and I'll sort through my inventory and sort through my badges and do all that in between episodes. Should I go see Dazzle in between? How many star pieces do I have now? 14? Nah, not really. I don't think it's really worth it at the moment. We do, however, have a specific trouble that was sticking out to me like a sore thumb the last time we came here. The one with the question marks on it. Are you allowed to do a trouble without telling who your name is, what your name is? I'm after an elusive badge. Must explain in person. Meet me on the roof of Zest's house in Rogueport Square. It could be a dangerous trouble, you say? That's good, because danger is my middle name. But who is the enigmatic trouble sender for this particularly elusive badge? And will they be able to help us on our journey by allowing us to have the badge afterwards as we move our way towards Chapter 5? Find out on the next episode of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube. Check out the stream. And I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good one. I'll go sell stuff that I need to sell, like badges and all that other stuff, and I'll rejig my badges and all that in between episodes. And since I don't need you two falling asleep on me before then, go underground. I have no idea what they're going to do under there, but maybe some things are better left unsaid. You're here the entire time since the start of it? Of course! How could I not have known? I thought I heard someone lurking in the corner. That's okay.